Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. It's been a long time coming. Hope we didn't keep you waiting too long, but we back again. This is a special episode, ladies and gentlemen. Not just because
Yes,
the
sir.
number of the episode, but today we have a special guest on the show. I would like to introduce him. Go and tell the people who you are, man.
Hey, what's up? This LB. I don't really know what to say, man, but I'm LB.
Hey, man. It's all fine and dandy, man, because you know what I'm saying? I done told many people before, anybody that knows you, man, know you're gonna bring the funny, you're gonna bring the
Oh
positive, you're
yeah.
gonna bring the energy, you're gonna bring your shit. You know what I'm
Oh
saying?
yeah,
But
most definitely.
without any further notice, the next person, I'm pretty sure you know him, you love him, you need him, the poetry
you know,
connoisseur.
you know. I mean, words can't describe, you know what I'm saying? This your boy Juicy Core holding it down. And back to reiterate on our guest, that's LB, that's a basketball guru right there. Put some respect on that man name. You know what I'm saying? Our trio of us, we finna go on and make history, you know what I'm saying? This is gonna be the first episode of many. We're gonna have him back, because his basketball genius is through the roof. Now he got some questionable, takes on some stuff, but we're gonna get to that in a minute. But
Hey, we get there.
we just, man, we happy to be back.
For sure.
Episode 10. Y'all know who it is. It's Juice. We got my boy LB. And of course, we can't forget, Al Roker himself, better known to y'all as.
Von the villain, baby.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes,
It's the
sir.
rings, bitch.
Oh my God. Well,
And without any
how we
further
gonna
ado,
do this thing?
now go ahead, Juice. Go ahead, Juice.
Oh, I was gonna say, man, I'm excited. I feel
Oh
like,
yeah.
this it's been too much going on. Too much
Yeah.
going on. You know. Um, cause I know usually you'll throw the questions at me, but if you don't mind, see me and see y'all gonna hear me say Mr. Murray a lot. I'm referring to LB, but we'll get into that backstory in a minute. Mr. Murray,
What's up, man?
uh, you know, during these past couple weeks, a lot of transactions have took place.
Yeah.
And in the NBA, shall I add. And a lot of people have been kind of disgruntled, a little
Yeah.
frustrated with, how the trajectory of how the playoffs could play out. In
Mhm.
your opinion, what is your take on the Brooklyn Nets and what shall I say the Brooklyn Monstars as they became? And what's going on? What do you feel about that?
Well, I mean, to be honest, I think Brooklyn looking real, real good. I think for me right now, they the favorite to go to the finals for sure.
Correct.
I don't want to say win it just yet, but it's looking real tough for anybody to beat them. It's gonna take, in my opinion, Superman himself, LeBron James, to take it down.
Superman.
It's gonna take
I
Superman.
mean, I mean, I'm more akin to Batman myself, but we'll take that.
Whoa,
We'll take that.
whoa, 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 yo, don't,
I'm more
don't do
favorable
that.
to the Dark Knight, but
Don't
we'll
do.
take that.
I mean, he
Take
might
that
be Captain
LB.
Planet. He might be Captain Planet at his age.
Hey, that's
Fool,
a
don't
bad
do
boy
that.
too now. That's a bad boy too.
Oh my God, yeah, when he was fighting litter off in pollution, but different story. Yeah, but continue.
But yeah, I feel like, well, I mean, the Clippers slept on. I was kind of looking at the standings myself right now, but the
Mm-hmm.
Clippers slept on. But I think in the end, what it's gonna come down to, um, it like I said, it's gonna be hard to beat Brooklyn. Number one, that I just want to throw that out there. It's gonna be tough.
Right.
I think the two best. I think the teams with the two best chances. Now, this is just my opinion.
Mm-hmm.
I guess I'll get into why. I think the
Mm-hmm.
Heat and I think the Bucks. I think they got the best chance
Okay.
of
Mm-hmm.
dethroning them. Oh, I ain't gonna say
Mm-hmm.
dethroning because I ain't won nothing, but I think they got the best
Right.
chance of knocking them out. You know what I'm saying? And I'll get
Okay.
into that for a second in the Eastern Conference because, like, for me, when I say the Bucks, because Giannis is just that wild card. I mean, the man truly gifted, but if his game can evolve a little, well, I ain't even gonna say just his game. Well, he definitely got to evolve his game too. But if the coach can put him in situations where he can be dominant without
I
being
like
ball
how you
dominant.
put that. I like how you put
Yeah,
that. Oh yeah.
I think they have a really strong chance because Brooklyn got a whole team of juggernauts, but I think team ball gonna be what end up beating them, and that's why I say the Heat, because the Heat do play good team ball. I know they kind of getting back on the right track right now. I know they've been struggling a little bit, but I think it's gonna come together for them soon, especially with Victor Oladipo. I think Victor Oladipo went over there.
Yeah, over Debo.
He did. He did. You know, Mr. R&B himself.
Oh yeah, I think that's gonna work out real nice.
Can I
still
throw?
think.
No, I was gonna say, can I throw in one more name?
Go ahead.
What about the 76ers?
Man, I'm just gonna be honest with you.
Mm-hmm.
I have never had faith in the 76ers ever. I just don't see it.
Would it have anything to do with a guy that dated a Kardashian?
No, man. I just even though they do have a better coach, I ain't gonna lie, I'm not the biggest Doc Rivers fan. But he is a solid coach.
Blasphemous! Yeah, hey, run the play. Come on
I'm
now.
just saying.
Come on. I know you like the Clippers, and I knew you was gonna throw a shot at Doc. Y'all wrong for that, man. Y'all wrong.
Man.
So Vinny Del Negro did any better?
Well, no, but but what I'm saying is, I think they'll be better with Doc. Don't get me wrong. I'm not undercutting him, but I just don't think Doc Rivers is what he won one championship with a super team 1 year and ain't did nothing since. So I mean,
can I say something?
Go ahead.
With that being said, let's be real here. With that super team, if bar none Kevin Garnett does not get injured that next following season, is it fair to say that they could have had a brief dynasty? They made the finals out of the 4 years they was together. What, twice?
I think they made it twice. Yeah.
I think Kevin Garnett got hurt the second time. I ain't even cut nobody off. 2010 Game 7. I know that name probably made some people drop out of their chairs, but given his role,
because he clutch sports.
Yeah.
That man is not a representative of clutch sports, man.
You would know
they just boys, man.
You and LB working there too, so you would know on the payroll.
Given how the Lakers were playing at that moment, playing through their 2 7-footers, Kendrick Perkins' strength and his ability, while he was even in the league, was his low post defense. That was his bread and butter. They didn't have him. I ain't saying he would have made him better at that game, but I'm pretty sure he'd been nice to have. So I just threw that out there.
Yeah, them extra 2 rebounds matter. But
I will say this. Let me jump in on that real quick too. If I'm not mistaken, Tony Allen got hurt that second year. If I'm not mistaken,
true.
Or one of them years. True. I think that was a big difference because I mean,
Mr. Grit and Grind.
Man, listen to me.
My guy.
That guy, he wasn't a Kobe stopper, but he sure was a Kobe frustrator.
Well, he was the closest thing to it. He was the closest thing to any kind of stop I ever seen. So,
right.
Man. The man came to a game with his laptop playing music.
I mean, those times have changed, Times have changed.
Hey.
But I'm gonna throw this to Vaughn. Well, Vaughn, I know you being the false witness to LeBron and the Lakers and the injuries and the new acquisition. Can we hold on, pause? Can we have a timeout? Is Andre Drummond considered an acquisition if he averaged 2 rebounds and 4 points? Is that fair to say?
Okay.
I mean, what is that? What is that? Like I can go average that on 2K on the bench. Look, with my player.
Drummond obviously, I'm assuming didn't have a debut he wanted, nor the Lakers were anticipating. Luckily, with that toe injury, they say it's day to day. It's nothing serious. But I do think in the long run, he would be a great acquisition given for what they needed him for and what they were keenly and obviously missing as far as that defensive back end. He's not a great shot blocker. He's not Dwight Howard. He's not the Kemba Mutombo. He's nowhere near any of that. But given what they needed, he can fill that role perfectly. And like I said, with the Lakers being one of the worst 3-point shooting teams for the last 2 years, you giving a team like that multiple opportunities to score having, if not the
Right.
best rebounder, especially the best offensive rebounder in the game.
Right.
You give
right.
LeBron AD multiple times to break down the defense. I don't care how great a defensive player you are. And if we saying the Brooklyn Nets are going to meet them in the finals, I don't think nobody will ever mistake Brooklyn for playing defense.
Right.
That's not their bread and butter.
No. Once they got James Harden, it was kind of like, hey, the hell with that defense. We're just gonna outscore you.
Right.
Yeah, it's
So-
offensive firepower.
And they can do it. They can do
I mean,
it.
I'm gonna be honest. Who is the MVP at this point in stage in the season?
To me,
Mhm.
and I'll let y'all, have y'all opinions on it. To me, if we just being real and we keeping it real, James Harden right now.
Right.
I agree.
I mean, regardless, he's on a super team, he's this and that. I mean, hell, two different situations. But LeBron played with Dwayne Wade. Yes, D Wade started to slip and decline as the years went on, but we
Right.
can't, hide the fact that he was still an all-star. Kevin Durant ain't even playing. So
That's true.
we can't take nothing away from him. And it's crazy thing about it, people are acting like this is something he's, just woke out of bed and started doing. He's been doing this for the last 4 or 5 years. He just kept losing to Golden State.
Right.
I mean,
LeBron just
that
kept
is
losing to
true.
Golden State. I mean,
See, I'm gonna say something. To LB's point. He's right. It is Brooklyn's to in the East to even
Lose.
get there. It's right. It's theirs to
Yeah.
lose. But I will say this: this is the one kryptonite that Brooklyn has not faced yet. James Harden in big game situations, when teams say, you know what, we know what Kevin Durant is capable of. We know what Kyrie Irving is capable of. Blake Griffin and LaMarcus Aldridge are just cogs. They just there to fill in pieces.
right.
Right.
We give the ball to James Harden, and let's see if he can put up regular season stats, or let's see if he go to his usual in the playoffs where he fumbled the ball. Where it's like you can go 10 for 15 in the regular season behind the 3-point line, and then you get in the playoffs and then you 2 for 27. So until James is able to take that monkey off his back, I kind of feel like that's going to be one of the problems that presents itself to the Brooklyn Nets.
Yes.
Let me jump in real quick with that.
Mm-hmm.
Because I you just made me think of a good point as you were just saying it. Now, I ain't gonna lie, I'm a James Harden critic. I'm real critical. Like, you know what I'm saying? I look at the best. I hold him to a high standard, and he definitely one of the best. But one thing I will say about James Harden is, even though he don't show up in big games, in the playoffs, typically this season, the way that he playing, he more of a facilitator. He gonna score. That's what he do.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? He gonna get his buckets. But he more of the person that's running the offense, that's setting everything up. I think that'll help in the playoffs. And that can make them real scared, because I don't think he's gonna be the burden, because even if he has those bad games, it's still a threat of James Harden. You know what I'm saying? You still got that threat, even though you might stop him. He still can facilitate, and you still got to respect the fact that he on the court.
What he could do.
Right, exactly.
Right.
So by him playing the way he playing, facilitating the way he facilitating now, it's gonna be problems. As long as everybody else can make their shot. I mean, Kyrie gonna be Kyrie, whatever that is. We ain't gonna get into that right now. But if he continues to play the way that he playing, he could take over a game. Well, I mean, he already in control of the game, but he could rise to the level that we feel like he should be. I feel like, with the way he playing right now, because it's a lot less pressure. Like, okay, I got LaMarcus Aldridge over here, or I got Kyrie on this side, and then when KD come back, I think they just rest them up for the playoffs because they know what's up. Right. I mean, hey, listen, James Harden can go 0 for 0. It ain't gonna. I mean, it ain't gonna make a whole lot of difference.
Not with them other two on the team. I'm gonna be honest. You know what I would do if I was? This is why I bring the Sixers name up. Mm-hmm. If I was Doc Rivers and I had to go against them in a 7-game series, even though I'm not picking the Sixers to beat them, but I feel like their size, their coaching schemes, and potentially what they could do could present a real issue. Let me tell you what I would do. Number one, I would put Ben Simmons on Kevin Durant.
Yeah.
Just off the strength. Ben Simmons is a good one-on-one defender. And he's lengthy enough, and he's agile enough and quick enough to where he can stay in front of Kevin Durant. Now, I'm not saying he's going to shut him down, but he will present some kind of a challenge. Now, here go another key cornerstone thing.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not saying that this person is the defender that he once was, but let's be real here. In the playoffs, veteran leadership
Don't you say
is
it.
always a plus.
Don't you say it.
I'm finna say it. I'm finna say it. He a part of your regime, so you might well get rid of Danny Green. Danny.
That ain't who I
I
was
think
expecting, but
I like to do this damn laptop.
I
that ain't
think
the one I was
Danny Green, not saying he's going to shut anybody down, but I think in certain key cornerstone moments, he can make the right defensive, rotation or play, especially if he's guarding somebody like, I'm going to be real, put him on James Harden. Put him on him. Put him on James Harden. I feel like he has enough discipline compared to the young guns to where they'll bite on the pump fake, or they'll switch off and go under the pick, and here it is, he got a wide open shot. I think Danny has been in the league long enough to where he's not going to shut James Harden down, but he is going to present some kind of issue to James. Now, you say to yourself, okay, you got two pieces of the puzzle, but what about Kyrie Irving? Okay. Kyrie Irving, in my opinion, this is another thing about Brooklyn I noticed. Kyrie Irving can boogie. He can dance. He can do his thing. He can do all the Uncle Drew highlight moves in the regular season. In the playoffs, he is proven. But the thing that we have all agreed upon is this. When Kyrie Irving has had the keys in his hand to be the leader, what has he done? Come up
pull over the
short.
side of the road.
Right. So that's why I'm saying you live with Kyrie going to get his buckets, but you make the other two work. The other two are MVP, former MVPs. Kyrie Irving is no slouch, but the thing about Kyrie Irving is this. When he's in the groove, he's in the rhythm, it throws off the chemistry of the others. See what I'm saying? Because if you look at that Cleveland team, you never saw a game where Kyrie Irving was really getting people involved. It was Kyrie doing his thing and LeBron being the facilitator.
Yep.
Right.
Kind of like what he's doing now. He's diminishing his role as the point guard. He's saying, yo, James, you better at this than I am. You be the facilitator. Let me do my thing.
Right.
So if you see what I'm saying? So if I'm, a Sixers team or a Heat team, you say, yo, that's the key right there. You make Kyrie hot to where he got to go out here and feel like he got to put all these points because the others are kind of not getting shut down, but they're getting froze out to where, okay, make it hard to where don't let KD get to his spots. See what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Or make James, pick up James full court instead of letting him get into his rhythm half court and setting up the offense. By doing these things, you eliminate chemistry. And then on another note, a lot of people, I don't know why they bring this up. Well, they still got LaMarcus Aldridge and Blake Griffin. Okay, and I mean, they all right, but I mean, let's be real here. The Spurs are finna make the playoffs after missing the playoffs last year, and they just bought out LaMarcus Aldridge. So what are the Spurs insinuating?
Well,
maybe he was the issue.
Well, I'll say this. LaMarcus Aldridge, I think he's past his time. But I think Blake Griffin still got some juice, and I think he's gonna be very beneficial to James Harden specifically. But I mean, going back to that Philly matchup, if they happen to meet, which they probably will end up meeting at some point, but the way that me personally, my mind, the way I think that matchup would go is as far as how I would match up the players.
Mm-hmm.
Number one, I'm going in like this. KD gonna be KD, no matter if he score 100 or 30. He gonna get his. There's just no stopping. So I'm not gonna take my potentially best wing defender and put him on him. Yeah, I'm gonna put him on James Harden. I'm putting Ben Simmons on James Harden. James Harden, you're gonna have to work for everything, and you're gonna have to come back on defense, and you're gonna have to stop me because even though Ben Simmons ain't got no jump shot, Ben Simmons is a super aggressive 6'10", 6'9". Very athletic guy.
Right.
So, and he can pass, like, amazingly. You know what I'm saying? Right. So, listen, we just going to have to duel it out. Ben Simmons younger. Hey, you're going to have to just put your horses on, James Harden. We're going to run all night. And as far as KD, I'm going to be honest with you. I'm going to throw
Tobias? J.
Tobias
Cole?
Harris on. Yeah,
Okay.
man, he is J. Cole.
Cole World.
I'm throwing him. I'm throwing him on KD. Hey, listen, Tobias. I know you a hustle guy. I know you gonna make it as tough as you can. Cause I rather, even though he is a solid defender, a solid player all around.
Yeah,
I'm
bro.
not expecting too much. I think a lot of his stuff come off setups, and you can catch KD being lazy, get a couple points. You
Right.
know what I'm
Broken
saying?
plays.
Yeah. And I would put him on KD just to make it as tough as possible. But like I said, KD on KD. And as far as Kyrie, I probably stick him with Danny Green because even though, yeah, he gonna get
Boy,
work. Don't get me wrong.
barbecue chicken.
Well, yeah, he gonna get work. Now, don't get me wrong. But
Woo!
on the back end, you got MB who's supposed to be this whatever he's supposed to be. So he on the back end. So if I got Danny Green, who is lengthy, in front of Kyrie, once he gets past Danny Green, I still got a Joel Embiid at the very least, and a Dwight Howard, you know what I'm saying, or a Dwight Howard sent back there. So I'll make Kyrie work because, I mean, that's what he want to do anyway. Like you said, you disrupt Brooklyn flow, the floor of the offense, you put the ball in Kyrie's hand, you got a better chance of winning. The game going to slow down dramatically.
Let me tell you, not to cut you off, let me tell you where I got this scheme from. Go back into the finals when the Lakers, when they had a super team with Karl Malone and Gary Payton and the Detroit Pistons. All the Pistons did was say, hey, Shaq can beat us. When Shaq is on the roll, it makes everybody else that much more better because we got to pay attention to him. Excuse me. But I think the thing of it is you put the ball in Kobe's hands and you say, all right, Kobe, beat us. Hold on. Sneezing. But I
that
think
glute not your diet, man.
Huh?
That glute not your diet, man.
Man, hey, I don't know what it is. You know, it might probably be the pollen from my side, season changing. But I think for the most part, Detroit had the right scheme. They said Kobe has got to beat us. Shaq cannot beat us because Shaq is going to wear and tear on our defense because we're going to have to go down there and double team him. Where Ben Wallace was like, no, don't double team him. Just play good defense on the other four, and then we'll live with what Shaq gives them. Same thing with the Brooklyn method. That's why I said instead I would put Ben Simmons on KD because this is my thing. KD getting a rhythm, it's like, damn, like, man, this dude finna go for 50. Whereas you keep Ben on him to a degree. I know what you're saying. I see what you was doing. You was trying to reserve energy for Ben on the offensive end. See, but this is my thing. Ben is going to make an impact on the offensive end even without scoring the ball. We know that. You know what I'm saying? So it's like I'd rather him put his full-fledged efforts into the best player because who else is going to – I mean, Tobias is good. He is a hustle player. But like I said, by Ben having that extra athletic step and then by KD coming fresh off an injury, I would want that athleticism on him to make it that much more, because you got to think about it. Anybody, we all play basketball, even when we go to the, streets or the, playground or whatever.
Right.
If you haven't dribbled a ball in a long time, it's going to take you a while to get into that rhythm.
That's a fact. So
if you putting somebody already that's been out there, that's been hustling and grinding, and they locked in, then my thing of it is, yeah, KD is going to be KD for a couple games, but what about the games where he ain't hitting? We seen that. We seen the Patrick Beverly games where it's like, damn, KD, you let this little, raisin brand looking ass, lock you up and shit, But I mean, I get your point. That's why I was gonna say I would have put Tobias on Kyrie, even though a lot of people are like, well, he's too big. But that's the thing. He's a hustle defender. And honestly, if I put those three out there, Ben, Green, Tobias, and it's gonna sound crazy, but I would leave Joel at power forward and I would put Dwight Howard at center. Because honestly, who's the starting power forward for Brooklyn?
Probably Blake, I would say.
Blake Griffin against Joel Embiid.
I'm not sure about that. I'm not sure about that. But I think
either they play stretch.
That's what I'm saying. Either or. You can put Blake Griffin out there. You could put LaMarcus Aldridge out there. You can put whoever you want out there. Joel Embiid is going to give them buckets. He's going to present a problem. See what I'm saying? And all Dwight Howard got to do is do the same role he did with LA last year. Play your position. Stand your ground, stand for it. You know what I'm saying? Grab the hard rebounds. Run the floor hard. Get the easy putbacks. Occasionally I see he's stepping out now shooting threes. I don't know what that's all about. But hey, if they falling, damn it, shoot the three. I mean, hell, I'm not opposed against trying new things in the NBA nowadays with positionless basketball. But yeah, man, to sum it up, I'm gonna pass this to Vaughn. I know you're a Laker fan, and of course we projecting Brooklyn to get there. Is there any chance that the Lakers get put out
All right.
of the Western Conference?
Before I get started, I love all you guys' points on Brooklyn and the Sixers. Before I get started, I would like to apologize to you all, the viewers, as well as you, Juice and LD, because we forgot the most important news right now in the NBA. The Space Jam New Legacy trailer just came out yesterday, so y'all should
Oh my God, man! Ain't nobody trying to hear this bullshit, man. No, listen to me. Listen to me. How can you have an original thought, original idea when you stole the concept from Michael Jordan? You're not Michael Jordan. Look, man, you're bald-headed like him. You need to go to the other side, but you ain't even embracing that. I don't want to hear this, man. I don't hear it,
man. People been wanting it for years. I ain't gonna speak much on it because I don't want to give it away. The shit just look good to me. July the 17th, I will be watching on HBO Max. Me and my queen. I advise all you fine viewers out there to do the same. But
oh yeah, it look good.
Get into my soliloquy about the Showtime Lakers revamp.
Oh my God. Showtime? That what you call y'all?
Showtime.
Showtime. Like Magic? Showtime?
Yes.
With Andre Drummond and his toe looking like, oh boy, I'm gonna get you something. Showtime?
Oh man.
Look, man.
Come on, man.
To answer your question, yes, they can be put out the West this year, and I've told people this, last couple months. I'm not knocking Utah. I'm not knocking Phoenix. I'm not knocking Denver. I'm not knocking the Spurs and the Portland Trailblazers. All these teams are playing very fantastically right now at the moment. They're holding surge, especially Utah. Utah's balling. I don't think, if I'm not mistaken, they have not lost a home game all year. They're 21-0. That says something.
22-2.
What'd you say?
22-2.
22-2. Thank you for correcting me, man. It's good to have another numbers advocate on the program.
Well, I was just looking, so I just threw it in there.
But yeah. But in my honest opinion, if they're healthy, LeBron and AD, if they're healthy, if they're powers, I don't see none of those teams. They could drag it to 7. They could take it to 7, maybe even 6. It's only one team that they feel, honestly, in a 7-game series can put us out. And you know what that is. The viewers know what that is. The Clippers. Let's be honest.
Yes, sir.
Let's call a spade a spade.
Yes, sir.
The personnel. I said it last year. The Clippers, it seemed like they were more interested in beating LA, specifically LeBron, than actually winning the championship. That team is designed to stop him. You got 2 perimeter.
Can we stop that? Can hold on, pause. Can we stop saying this? This getting on my nerves. Okay. Like, I understand LeBron is that dude, but I'm finna be real here.
Okay.
I don't think Kawhi Leonard was looking at going to LA to say, oh, I gotta go get Paul George in order. I feel like this is what he said. Okay, LeBron has AD. Steph has Clay. Okay. KD has Kyrie. Okay. At least give me one more decent player, and we could all see in a 2-on-2, what we got. Because this is my opinion. I get what you're saying, and I can agree with it to a degree, but people need to come on now. Like, this is the thing. LeBron just won another ring. Okay. He wasn't winning shit these last couple years, and people would still say they put that team together for LeBron James. I'm like, bro, he has Kyle Kuzma, he has Brandon Ingram, and he has a bunch of nobodies on his team right now. Who feared LeBron James at that moment? Nobody. I'm just tired of people putting this thing out here. Well, Brooklyn putting everybody together just for LeBron. I'm gonna be honest. Hell, with the 3 that they had from the get-go, that could have beat LeBron.
Absolutely.
I just don't like the sentiment that they. Oh, go ahead.
Oh, go ahead.
No, I'm just saying, like, I'm not saying that, LeBron ain't a fact. I mean, the dude is the best player in the league. I give you that. But it's like, bro, perfect thing then. When LeBron was in Miami, right?
Mm-hmm.
And Miami had all these talented players, right?
Mm-hmm.
Who were they putting all these players around LeBron? Why were they putting all these players around LeBron for? Who was LeBron's kryptonite then? I don't get that. It wasn't nobody. He was the best player. So what did he? You see what I'm saying? Like nobody said, "Oh, they putting all these players on the same team to dethrone Kobe." No, no. It's just, bro. KD looked like the new shiny toy. Let's just be real. Let's call it what it is. You got the younger of the two. He seems like more of the more like prominent figure. Like, okay, he's young, he still got the talent, and he got Kyrie, and they got James Harden. Man, that's an easy way to get into at least the finals. That's what people looking at. Whereas they looking at LeBron and they saying, yo, LeBron is balling, AD is balling, but both of them hurt. And then let's be real, the West ain't nothing to sleep on. I go to the East too. I mean, because honestly, if you look at it, who gonna have an easier road to the finals? The Lakers or Brooklyn?
Gonna be Brooklyn.
That's what I'm saying.
I think that's because of the accumulation of talent. I think the East is far better than it has been in the previous years. I do agree. I do think that the East is overall better because even though teams that we didn't acknowledge in the past, we gotta just be honest. People made moves. A lot of people made moves over the past few years to put themselves in a position to be in a conversation again. But the thing that stands out is the Nets just got so much firepower that we disregard everybody else like they not good. The NBA really is, like, to be honest, like, this the best time. This probably, like, overall, just as far as overall competition that the NBA has been in the past, 10 years, maybe longer than that. I mean, because, the West dominated for so long, but the East is there now. And you can match up these teams. If we just went through a random 16 right now, I think everybody got a tough matchup. Even Brooklyn, you know what I'm saying? I think everybody got tough matchups through the whole playoffs. I think the NBA just overall is better.
I don't agree.
You don't think so?
Depending on who they play.
I think when LeBron's second year with Miami, when he was in Miami, that's when the NBA was at its best competitive pool because, yeah, you could say, well, the East wasn't this, they wasn't that, but you also got to look at it. That Indiana Pacers team gave the Heat hell. That Boston Celtics team, even though they say, well, they always put them at either 5 or 6, but was those 5 or 6 games competitive? Always. It was never it's a shutout, blowout, end all, be all. Because if you look at it, LeBron first year, if he don't go out there and put on that frowning face like CP3 son and go out there and have one of these damn games that we didn't know he was capable of, where he just, shut out everybody and just did his thing, his legacy might be a little different. And that Boston team might go on and beat that Dallas team in 2011. See what I'm saying? So
2012.
That was 2011.
That's 2012.
No, 2012 when he did it. Yeah, he did. Okay,
they beat the Bulls in 2011.
I mean, but that's the thing. Even the Bulls team, good point. That's what I'm saying. It was to me, it stopped being competitive when KD went to Golden State. That's when the league kind of had a shift because it was like we knew Cleveland was gonna be there because honestly, even though I don't really put too much stock on Kevin Love is Kevin Love. So you got Kevin Love along with 2 great players. Who in the East could compete with that? Nobody. I don't even think Cleveland, the most competitive series that Cleveland team probably had was against a Boston Celtics team. Other than that, every year they went to the finals, it was a breeze. See what I'm saying? Compared
Well, I think.
to, oh, go ahead.
Oh, I was just about to say. I think that was just the greatness of LeBron. To be honest,
Oh my God, here we go.
I think it was just the greatness of
Oh
LeBron.
my God.
I didn't mean to cut you off,
Oh,
but
you good.
I feel like that was speaking more to my point because, okay, like you said, you got Chicago, who was
Mm-hmm.
fairly young at the time, but they had Derrick Rose.
Mm-hmm.
So they were a threat, but they was a young Chicago team. That you
Mm-hmm.
had Boston, who was established. You had
Mm-hmm.
Indiana, who was also a young team, but a very good team. That's three
Mm-hmm.
teams other than
Hold on, hold
Cleveland.
on, hold on. We just gonna ignore the New York Knicks had a run at one point.
No, not during that time.
They did. They
What?
were. I ain't mean to cut nobody out. People gotta remember, one of those years, J.R. Smith was 6th man of the year. They was one of the best defensive teams of the year. Tyson Chandler's having the year. Carmelo, the first 25 games, I believe in
Oh,
2020,
that's right. That's
looked
right.
like the
That's
damn
right.
MVP.
MVP. I mean, come on. I mean, it was teams. It's just so much time has went by, and we've seen so much basketball that we kind of forget certain moments and stages and eras. But like I said, though, to me, that was when it was more competitive because it was like, okay, that Heat team wasn't just overpowering people. You see what I'm saying? Like
Uh-huh.
they couldn't because the first year they proved they could be beaten. You see what I'm saying? Whereas to when Golden State got with KD, in all honesty, if KD don't have that injury and Clay don't have that injury, do they ever lose?
You know,
No, they don't. They don't.
You see what I'm saying?
But
They
but we
lost
knew
at the
that though.
end. Miami
We knew
lost
that.
in the beginning and the end, and
and
then they won in the middle.
and
So that's why I say it was a little bit more competitive nature here, there, here, there, here, there.
and
But I mean, I see your point though. But
to,
yeah.
oh,
No, go ahead.
I was just gonna throw this point out here, and I was gonna get back to the original question about the Lakers' chances of making out the West. But I'm glad you brought that up because I tell people this all the time. You got to remember, the 4 straight NBA finals the Heat went to, they were not the favorite all those finals. They wasn't a favorite against the Thunder. They wasn't favored against the Spurs the first go round. All the NBA finals, the Golden State, Kevin Durant Warriors went to, they were the favorite. You got to remember, one
True.
postseason they went 16-1,
True.
True.
16-1. So I'm not to knock Kevin Durant, but if people want to say, okay, Kawhi when he chose not to play with LeBron, he made the league competitive. You know, he said he wasn't gonna ride coattails. He didn't want the easy way out. What's all to say about Kevin Durant?
Oh, he trash. He trash.
I mean,
That's all I
keep
gotta
it
say.
real.
He doodle juice. Doodle juice for the
Nah,
man.
y'all gotta stop that.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Me
We
and the
can't
boy
do
around the same age. He got a bald spot. I don't understand what he's stressing about.
that.
He dates 7th Streeter, but I'm finna just go on and let it be known. Um, I agree with him. I agree with him. Like, this is my thing. I used to be a very big LeBron James fan. Over the years, I kind of done simmered down on him, but I respect him for this and this only. When he was with Cleveland, the first go round, he didn't. I mean, he was the team. Anybody with eyes could see that. So he
Yeah,
did the right thing by leaving so that he could at least compete for championships. Ain't that what you in the league for?
Yeah. Yep.
So once he went, he figured it out how to win, you know, what it took. Cleveland got #1 draft picks every year, ironically. And okay, he went back. Now you got a LeBron James more seasoned, more, you know, mental than he is physical. Because to me, I felt like he got off his first go around off his physical abilities. But like I said, I respect LeBron because he knew, okay, I'm gonna be bad because I'm considered one of the top 3 players in the league, if not the top, and I'm finna take my talents and go to another guy's team. That's exactly how the media perceived it. But he needed to do that in order to figure it out, right? Kevin Durant, on the other hand, Sam Presti, you draft Russell Westbrook, you got James Harden coming off your bench, Serge
It
Ibaka,
is prime.
Jeff Green. I mean, you got players. Excuse me. This is the thing. But okay, you go to the finals. Y'all don't win, like you said. They were babies. They were young. I agree with that.
Juice.
But
I knew you was gonna bring it up because you bring it up. I gotta throw this out here about the young thing, and I'm gonna let you finish. Cause why is it when it comes to that 2012 team, we always throw out their youth? They were babies when they went against LeBron, D Wade, Chris Bosh. Okay, they was a little more younger. Those guys think D-Wade just hit his 30s. LeBron and them, Chris in their late 20s.
Mm-hmm.
They weren't young enough. They weren't babies when they beat the Spurs that year.
That's true. That's
They
true.
weren't
Hold
babies
on.
when they
Hold
beat
on.
the Dallas
I
Mavericks
get that.
team that
I get
just.
that. I get that. I get that. But this is the thing. This is the thing. I'm not telling you that that I'm giving them a pass because they were young. Okay, perfect example. I'm glad you said that. Now I'm gonna throw this back at you. What's the excuse that they give LeBron James when he went against 2007 the Spurs? Oh, he was young and he didn't have nobody, right?
More he ain't
Well,
have
he
nobody
didn't
than his
have.
age.
Yeah, he definitely didn't have nobody.
He didn't have nobody, and also
Have
what
nobody.
was he doing there in the first place? Young, right?
Yeah.
Well, he was
Okay.
young.
So what's the difference? I
Well,
mean,
let me,
yeah,
The
I get the
talent.
let me
point,
jump
Look
in
LeBron.
at the
now.
talent they
I
had.
get the point. Hold on. I get the point for us the talent, but what I'm saying is this: they still throw in that young factor, and they don't hold it against them, right?
You
Right?
can't. You can't. Let me jump in this one because I like
Okay.
this. I like this. I like this topic because this is my thing. I used to didn't think that experience mattered. I used to didn't think that when I was a little younger. When I was 21 and I was watching games, and I was like, yeah, they young, but they got the talent. They already like for instance, when the Warriors was on the come up, everybody knew that the Warriors was coming. When Steph finally got healthy, they was all still real young. Let's not forget that they lost to the Spurs, but they took I think the Spurs won a title. That was that back in
I know that's the year that Mark Jackson was coaching, right before they got Steve Kerr.
yes.
Yep.
And a lot of people say it was Mark. A lot of people say Mark Jackson couldn't get them over the hump. I don't think that was the case. I think them going against the Spurs and they having to deal with a real team that played real ball with real stars that had real experience. I think that pushed them to where they needed to go in order to become champions. Now going back to the Thunder, listen. Everybody remember that series how they want to remember it, and don't get me wrong. Everybody got their own opinions and this and that. It was two things about that series. Number one, James Harden was not a factor because Dwayne Wade killed the whole series. That's number one. And number two, KD shined. KD did everything in his almost superhuman powers to push them ahead of, you know what I'm saying? He was just overpowered by LeBron. You gotta think about this. At that point in time, LeBron was just starting to come into his prime. He was just starting to. The world was so open to him. It was like, oh, I got this young guy. Yeah, he can score 30, but I can score 30, get you 15 rebounds, 15 assists, and I can lock him down or lock down one of his foes. You know what I'm saying? And Russell didn't really show up. Russell was Russell.
I'm at stop right there. No,
he had good games. His games when he played, they were really good. When he had a good game, they was really good. His other games were subpar. He had a lot of turnovers, no matter if he played good or not. That was always his biggest problem. So I think that experience, as time went on, I didn't mean to keep. I'm sorry, but
no, you good.
As time went on, I think Russell got better as far as the turnover. That was the biggest problem. They turned the ball over as much as they scored, almost. You know what I'm saying? So it's hard to beat the LeBron James team, especially with Dwayne Wade and Chris Bosh and all the rest of those guys. Like when you turning the ball over, and anytime Russell had the ball, they knew one thing. All right, KD gonna come out here, he gonna drop 35, 40. Russell might drop 40, but he gonna give me 9 turnovers. You know what I'm saying? That's at least 18 points. Just you know what I'm saying? So you gotta think about this. Yeah, I scored 40, but I gave up 18 automatically on top of the other team having the power that they got. You know what I'm saying? The firepower that they got. And I think that did make a difference because Russell did get better with that. And they didn't know how to handle it. He didn't know how to, KD didn't know what to do. Like, dang, all I can do, I'm doing everything I can. I'm scoring. I'm out here dropping whatever I'm dropping on LeBron, on D-Wade, on Bosh. But every time I score, sure, I'm trying to I need me a little break. Let me throw it over here to James Harden. He ain't even know where to be found. and like I said with Russell, it's like, yeah, you helping me out, but at the same time, you hindering us too, because once you score, you right back to turning over. Or his shot selection was super bad. I think that was a part of you too. His shot selection at the time was horrible. He wanted to be the man. He wanted to be seen. He wanted to be all that. He felt like he was the alpha dog, which he is the alpha. Don't get me wrong, but he wasn't the alpha. So and KD at the time didn't know that he was the alpha because he just wanted to be a friend. He wanted to be a buddy. He knew they had the talent. I think they all played a part in you. Because when you're young, you don't want to hurt nobody. But when you mature, you like, all right, listen, man, we're going to get things done. I got the best solution to get it done. And I think that's what happened in Golden State. To be honest, yeah, Steph and all them, yeah, it's your team. But at the end of the day, I'm still the guy who, don't get me wrong. Not saying that they wouldn't have won the more titles without him. But, hey, listen, I'm the juggernaut. When I came here, it was sealed. So I'm going to do my part. And I feel like the inexperience was a factor with the Thunder. So I really can't hold that against them. Because they all from that have gone to grow exponentially talented, as far as their talent and as far as their knowledge of the game and how they play. Everybody play different now. So,
yeah.
I'll just throw that in. My bad for going so long. My bad.
No. We need that. See, this is the point I'm finna make. To everything y'all said, I cannot compare 2007 to KD and them in 2012. That's true. I give you that. But here's my thing. I agree with a sentiment that Shaq always brings up. And you absolutely right on, when you're younger, you're not knowing the value of experience. We can sit here and say, oh man, well, you can't use the young factor in on the Thunder, right? Mm-hmm. But let's be real here. Where were they going to get veteran leadership on that roster that year?
Everybody was young.
See what I'm saying? Okay.
Derek Fisher.
Man, get the fuck out of here. Man,
Fish had some big playoff moments.
He did. But what was he? I'm saying, like, what was he really bringing to the games?
But when they got the road to get there, he was. But I will be honest, in the finals, he went dry. He
That's what I'm saying. I'm not saying you doing a pimp speech and then you going to lay up with your teammates' wives. I'm saying, like I'm saying, who's stepping up for them as a veteran to say, hey, we having a drought moment. Let me step in. Let me fill this void to keep us afloat. They didn't have that. That's why you use the youth thing, because on LeBron's side, the flip side, if my memory serves me correct, Mr. Von der Villen, were we not at my aunt, your mother's house, and we was watching those games, right?
Oh yeah.
Do you remember to recall a guy named Shane Battier who you played defense like?
Yes.
Oh my Lord.
Was he or was he not hitting open threes left and right in that series?
Hell yeah.
Okay, do you remember another guy? He had one shoe off and he ran down the court looking like Jim Carrey, and he was shooting threes too. His name was Mike Miller. Do you seem to recall him too?
Killer Mike, yes sir.
So you telling me that them two didn't matter? That didn't matter.
No,
that didn't matter
for sure.
So when the Heat offense was stagnant, you had veteran leadership step up and make plays like that to carry the momentum along. Those are the reasons why I say you use the youth talk with that team, because I get what you're saying. Oh, you're giving them a pass. No, we really just saying, yo, they were really young. They didn't have a Mike Miller. Just imagine if that team KD had a Ray Allen and a give me a name.
UD.
A Ray Allen, huh?
UD.
Hell no. I'm talking about the Thunder team. Imagine if they had a Ray Allen on their team along with Kevin Garnett.
Okay.
Well, I agree with UD though, because I think he was a leader. At that time.
Because think about it, crazy LeBron talked to everybody. You never seen him once getting UD face. Think about it.
I mean, come on, hold on. Let's go back here and let's re-examine something. It was only one person LeBron talked crazy to, and we all know
Wade once or twice.
Hell no.
And D-Wade talked crazy to him. They
probably argued.
Yeah.
They probably argued.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
As far as talking crazy, it was only one whipping boy on that team, and we know who it is. Mario Chalmers. Other than that, man, LeBron wasn't going. He wasn't going at bad game Mike Miller like that.
Well,
they weren't fucking up like Rio.
And the thing about
come on, man, get out of here, man. So hold on. When LeBron said my bad, to Rio after he snapped and got in his face. I mean, what is that? You know, like Rio was calling him out just like Kyle Kuzma did when he pushed his old ass and said, go defend him. But LeBron over there looking like salty, like, who are you to tell me to go defend? But you pumping this Space Jam bullshit. Make it out of here, man. I don't want to hear this.
Goddamn right.
I don't
Michael Jordan can punch teammates. Goddamn, LeBron can get on his.
Pause. Michael Jordan was not Michael.
Ain't that right?
Pause.
If you can punch a teammate playing defense.
That's true. That's true. But let's be real here. Let's be real. Michael Jordan wasn't a liability in his heyday years on defense.
I don't think LeBron's a liability either now. I ain't gonna say he's a liability.
Hold on. So LeBron James didn't get outplayed by Jason Terry? Jason Kidd? Oh my God. Michael Jordan didn't. You just literally said LeBron was in his prime during that time, right?
Yeah, but I don't think he was a liability on defense, though.
What? So Jason Terry. So Jason Terry. Oh my God, man. Y'all boy, the excuses. How much Clutch fan y'all, man? I up to pay, man. Y'all, but you just said it. You just said he was in his prime. He could shut people down. He wasn't shutting Jason Terry down. He wasn't even shutting JJ Barea down. And he about my height.
Well, listen, you gotta think about this too. Number one, like even going back to Mike Miller and Shane Battier, a lot of people saw them in their Miami days. People don't know before the injuries, Mike Miller was a straight up dog. Like he was
in
one
Orlando.
of the best players in the league.
Yeah.
In Memphis. I mean, he was great. I mean, Mike Miller was really good. He just was so injured. He was so brittle. That was his whole problem. Even with the Heat, he was still brittle, but he didn't have to do as much. Shane Battier was pretty much the same thing. He had got on up in age, don't get me wrong, but you know, they were some good players. That's the thing. Like, they veterans, so yeah, they in their mind, they already know. These cats who want to flow with me, they know what I used to do back in the day.
Right.
They know I'm still a threat for it. I don't necessarily have to do it. I can sit over here in the corner and hit threes and get paid millions of dollars just playing with LeBron James and D-Wade. I'm gonna do that. But the threat's still in their mind of what they used to be. And with Jason Terry looked old as well, but he was still fairly young.
I mean, pause. So we're gonna use the youth movement on Jason Terry. Oh my God.
No. Jason Terry was a veteran. No, I'm saying
I get that. I get what you're saying, but the point I'm making to you is this. LeBron, he obviously wasn't shutting him down because, I mean, put it this way. This is the funny thing that I'm finna bring to you, right? Okay. 2011, right? Mm-hmm. Who was the MVP?
Derrick Rose.
Did LeBron and the Heat play them in the playoffs that year?
Mm-hmm.
On one of the key cornerstone moments of that series, did LeBron James not guard Derrick Rose?
He did. And
did an excellent job on it, right?
Of course.
So you telling me Jason Terry better than Derrick Rose?
No.
All right, then. Man, hell no.
You gotta take this into account. And Jody, I want you to my bad.
No, you fine.
But let me know what you think about this, what I'm finna say. All right, now in the East, especially at that point in time, you had a player. You had a Derrick Rose, you had LeBron James. At the time, Paul George was emerging. You had KD. I mean, not KD, KG. Okay, you had teams that were built around a player. In the West, all of your teams were teams. They were great teams with good coaches, at least good coaches. So all them boys played team balls and true enough, they were talented. Them working together as a team. Think about this. Jason Kidd was what, 40 years old at the time they won?
38, 39.
He 40. Jason Terry 30.
Oh my God, baby. Talking about. Oh my.
What I'm just saying, the way that they played ball, they played a lot of.
I will give you this. San Antonio and Dallas are known for good team chemistry. I give you that. Even though Dirk the team is built around Dirk. I mean, I do get what you're saying. The scheme wise was built around teams. But what I want to give you credit for is this. The Thunder wasn't a good team ball team. The Thunder was just based off players.
Let me ask you this.
They got put out to you.
They was talented enough.
But they were talented enough to make the finals though.
Against
those teams,
they was better than everybody. They was just pure talent. They was better than everybody. And sometimes talent do shine, but you see what happened in the end when they played against even better talent.
When they played against veterans And
with
it
even
had
better talent.
veteran leadership along with a prime LeBron who supposedly wasn't a defensive liability the year before,
He was,
and they won.
but the thing about it is, when you playing a Thunder, you ain't looking for no pick and roll. Serge Ibaka might go out and pick, and that don't even mean. And like I said about Russell earlier, that don't mean Russell gonna make the right play off the pick and roll, even if
That's
he
true.
does get a pick. Them
That's
boys
true.
didn't play like that. Them boys gonna go get buckets off their pure skill, and that was it. Everybody else they played team ball, so I don't care
Can I
how
say
good
something? Can I say
Oh,
something?
go ahead, go ahead.
We gotta take this disrespect out of Russell Westbrook. I want to talk about him for a minute.
I
I
agree.
want to talk about him, but we're gonna talk about Cuddy Lowe for a minute. Russ is a turnover machine in certain aspects when he plays, but over the years he has gotten better.
I said that too. I said that too.
Now,
but we talking about back then.
I don't know. I agree with you. I just said back then he was a turnover machine, but we're talking about him now because he came up recently about, well, he don't have the chip and he'll never do this and this and this. Let's be real here. Russ has had maybe how many years him and KD played together? 6?
I think something like that. 6, 7, something like that.
All right. 6, 7 years. Out of those 6, 7 years, he probably had realistically, I'm going to say 3 to 4 chances of getting to the finals. But along the way, injuries. We do have to factor in Kevin Durant did get hurt once before. He just didn't have the serious injury that he's had recently, but he did get hurt one year, and Russell Westbrook had to do his thing, and then Russell Westbrook got hurt by Patrick Beverly, and KD had to do his thing one year. So that eliminates 2 seasons, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and then let's factor this in. The year that they did make it, they didn't win, right?
Yeah.
Okay, now this is where my personal opinion, where they say, well, he should have had a ring by now. I don't believe it's his fault, because if that's the case, I'm gonna steal a page from one of your favorite, people, Jamal Murray. The Thunder was up 3-1 on Golden State, and I never hear people say Kevin Durant didn't show up. I never hear that. All I ever hear is Russell Westbrook. Damn, is it 5 of him on the floor?
That's facts.
Like what did Kevin Durant do?
Now, Kevin Durant didn't have. Listen, it's rare that you get a bad Kevin Durant game. Let's just be honest. Like, he don't have a lot of bad games. Even his average game is still better than most players' games.
Can I say this though? Even with him having good games, how good is the game when you're not stepping up to the plate in championship moments?
Well, I think that was the big knock on Kevin Durant back then. I think the knock on him was he was not aggressive enough. Kevin Durant will score 40. You know what they'll say? He should have scored 55. They would have won. That's what they used to say about Kevin Durant. He was that good. I mean, he is that good. Let me not say was.
I agree with that, but this is my thing. Goes into what Shaq said. Sometimes it's based upon the position you put in due to coaching. If Scott Brooks is only giving Russ the ball and saying, run this play right here, or take your man one-on-one, KD, because you remember, KD had it bad when he first got to Golden State, where Draymond and him would clash because he would go one-on-one with his defender, and Draymond would be like, hey, we don't do that over here. We swing, cut, get open. We moving the ball over here. We ain't doing that one-on-one shit. To the point where it frustrated Kevin enough to where Steve was like, look, all right, we'll do this. We'll compromise. As long as you're willing to play within our system, when the game get tight and, we know you can do your thing, people won't be expecting you to just do that one-on-one ball that you used to do, to where it'll benefit us because it's throwing teams off guard. A la when he hit the 3 in LeBron's face. He just went one-on-one and he just bang, and LeBron had to sit there and wear that L. But the point I'm making is, yeah, we could say, well, Westbrook, oh, he ain't do this, he ain't do that. Well, what about Houston? Or what about, when he had Melo and Paul George? Paul George is still somewhere right now denying that Dame Lillard hit that shot in his face to put them out of the playoffs. That's just a bad shot. But that bad shot went in, and now he looking at a whole summer to figure out how he gonna weasel his way on to Kawhi Leonard. Now he can't weasel no more. He did it. He got injured in Indiana. They gave him some pity. He went to OKC. He played like dirt. And now he went and had his famous playoff P moment last year. He ain't got no more excuses. It's either put up this year or shut up. Now, my point with overall Russell Westbrook, the man is the same way you just said, well, KD scored 40. They say, well, he should have scored 55. In my personal opinion, Russell Westbrook can go out there and average a triple-double and have two turnovers. Oh, man, he turned the ball over too much. God damn. The man just averaged a triple-double and all y'all, oh, well, he's stat padding. Let's be real here. If we're going to call stat padding, then every star player should be accused of that, honestly. I've seen games where Golden State be blowing out teams, and Steph Curry still be out there jacking up threes. Klay Thompson jacking up threes.
I think it's a little different.
I seen LeBron, he going to get rebounds and shit and hustling and doing. I done seen LeBron go a whole game coasting, realize that he damn near close to a triple-double, and all of a sudden get the hustling. Now, am I lying?
He got a point. He got a point.
I understand that, but in the case of Russell, and Jody, I want you to jump in. But in the case of Russell, yeah, that's all fine and dandy when you winning. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, you can have a triple. What's the point of having a triple double? Let me ask y'all this: would you rather have a triple double every night and lose, or would you rather score 20, 3 and 3 and win every night? Let's just be honest. I mean, because your money matter, but you done already made the money. You done made a ton of money. So what's the point of you getting triple doubles if you losing? Even if you run the perfect game, but you still losing night after night after night, and you ain't making nobody better.
Vaughn, I'm gonna say this and then you have the flow. Okay. Can I say this to you to defend your point? You said what's the point, right? Okay, right. So let me ask you this. Russell Westbrook, right? Let me throw the scenario at you. He on the Thunder, right? Let's put him back on the Thunder, right? KD just left, right? You said, well, he could just do 23, 3 and 3, right? Where you gonna get that 3 and 3 from? Who's scoring?
I mean, I was just using it as like an example. But what I'm saying
I am too. I'm just saying, who he gonna get? Who he gonna get to score them other 20 some odd points?
Russell always had some talent. Like when KD and James Harden left, he had Paul George for what, a year or two.
He didn't have Paul George when he first got KD first left.
He almost won the MVP that season, right?
He took them to the playoffs. He won the MVP.
Oh, he did win it. Okay, he did win it. Okay.
So who he have on his team? Who he had to pass the ball to? Elgin Baylor?
But listen, he did make the playoffs. He did make the playoffs, right?
The 8th seed, right?
And he won the MVP. So that means I don't remember who he played with that year, but he definitely had talent on that team to make it to the playoffs.
Devontae Burton.
I don't know about that.
What other my player?
Enes Kanter.
I'm not saying
player 99.
All I'm saying is this. To make it to the playoffs in the West at that time, he had to be playing with somebody.
No, he had Steven Adams.
Because he got better talent as the years went on. He got, like I said, he got a Paul George. If I'm not mistaken, he got a Chris Paul. If I'm not mistaken, he had other talent. His talent got better.
Let's be real though. That man was playing with trash, just like LeBron was.
Well, I agree.
When he was with Cleveland, that 1 year, Russell Westbrook was playing with trash. He won an MVP. He averaged a triple double because he wanted to, because he had to, because who else was gonna go out there and give him some kind of effort on some kind of stat line, the rebounds, the assists. I mean, something.
See, my only argument with that is he did the same thing in Houston with James Harden, and they did not.
Okay. Hold on, pause.
That's my only argument.
Pause for the cause. Vaughn, I know we're supposed to be letting you talking, but LB talking blasphemous right now.
Man, I'm enjoying it. Go for it.
Hold on. So we just gonna gloss over the fact that his coach Mike D'Antoni said, you know what? We ain't gonna have no center. We're just gonna go small. So that don't play no factor into it. When you got trees like LeBron James and AD, and they doing their thing, and they just killing, they might as well say they going up against their kids in the paint. I'm like, bro, that's on coaching. That ain't on Russell. So it's Russell Westbrook's fault that Houston lost yet again in the playoffs.
I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that at all. But what I am saying is, even Russell was still averaging triple doubles in Houston, and they were still losing games. That's all I'm saying. They would. I mean, they.
Pause,
they
but didn't you say it was all about making the playoffs? They made the playoffs.
Yeah, but okay, you still got two of the premier talents in the league. You got two top 25 players in the league.
So what was James doing? Let me ask you that. Since we were critiquing Russell Westbrook, what was James doing? He was out there having a ballerific year.
Well, we know we know what he was doing in the playoffs. Nothing, but I'm just saying, like, you still got two of the premier talents in the league, and you know you still averaging that triple double, and you still coming away with the same results. So you know something just don't add up there for me.
I mean, LeBron, if you're doing it by yourself, and James Harden is nowhere to be found because he's somewhere with Jay Prince at the strip club. I mean, what more do you want from this man? James Harden, the one with the ego.
Well, Russell got an ego too. Well, he do,
but let's be real here. Russell will show up on time for walkthroughs. They won't say, "Yo, we gotta wait on James," and James just show up whenever he feel like it.
Well, he was fed up at that point. And like I said, listen. I'm not a James Harden fan at all. I ain't gonna lie to you. I mean, he's very good, but I just feel like, in terms of Russell, I just don't see how night after night after night you can have that output and not produce results. I just don't see how that happened. To me, that's no different from Kevin Love in Minnesota. To me, that's no different from Kyrie in Cleveland before LeBron James. It's no different. You putting up numbers, that's great, but you're not producing.
What are you overlooking over both of those situations? You talking about teams with one all-star. Now, I get what you're saying with Russell Westbrook. Well, he ain't doing this, he ain't doing that. Let's be real here. Kyrie, was he going to the playoffs when he was putting up his numbers?
Hell no.
No.
Was Kevin Love going to the playoffs when he was putting up his numbers?
Absolutely not.
Didn't Russell Westbrook, we just said, won an MVP and made the 8th seed?
1 year.
That was the only year that he was, pause. That was the only year he was put in that predicament, because the next year they got Paul George. He can't help the GMs and all that. They hold them accountable. We didn't say, oh well, Russ, we're gonna need you to have some trash ass years and see, what's your best, put your best foot forward. He can't help that. They went and got the man some help. So once again, let me reiterate. For that 1 year, wasn't he able to seal a deal and get his team to the playoffs?
He did get him to the playoffs.
Okay, so why Kevin Love and Kyrie Irving? Hold on. See, hold on. See, you ain't gonna do that to my boy Cuddy. Like, stop. Hold on. See, you saying barely. I'd rather barely get in than to not get in for season after season after season after season. So what you want? So you see the biasness of that? When I say, well, he got in barely. Kyrie didn't get in. Yeah. Kevin Love didn't get in. Yeah. But he got in barely. But he did it, though.
Let me say this. Y'all might not like this. Russell in his prime, I think he was better than Kyrie in his prime. He was definitely better than Kevin Love. So, I mean, I think it's a different standard. You know what I'm saying? Like, like I say, if I'm gonna critique somebody, I'm gonna hold them to the highest standard possible. We're standing LeBron. He just whatever. But
okay. So
everybody else is a certain standard.
If it's fair to say, then that means when LeBron had all them trash ass teams he had in Cleveland, he should have went to the finals more than one time.
But he did.
He only went one time. One time.
When LeBron come in the league.
LeBron came
you talking about the first go round.
Yeah,
the first time he came around.
Right. He only went one time. So that's what I'm saying. Like how my cousin is with, man, y'all giving these players pass. I agree with him. Once he kind of bring the light to it, I say, you know what? He do got a point. We do let Kawhi scathe under the radar. We do let other players of that KD. He done went got a super team again. So let me reiterate what I just said. So if you sitting here holding Russell Westbrook the year he won the MVP, to a higher standard. Why you don't do that to the best player that's in the game today?
Look, when LeBron went, right?
He went
Let's
one time.
he went one time. He came in the league in 03 or 04.
03.
03. Okay, he came in the league 03. He went in 07. So that's 4 years, right? In them 4 years, you can't tell me nobody except Zydrunas Ilgauskas, Anderson Varejao, and Mo Williams that LeBron played with. Now one of them players was even a decent player before they played with him. And Boogie Gibson. Now one of them players, but Larry Hughes was always barely decent, and he was over his prime. But we ain't gonna talk about that.
You just
He was over his
Larry
prime.
Hughes?
Larry Hughes was nice. Let's stop that. Nah, we ain't gonna do that now.
Come on,
I'll
man.
throw some names out there, but Larry Hughes, come on.
Donnell
Come
Marshall?
on, man. Who's that?
What you say?
Who is
Donnell
that?
Marshall.
Man, get out of here. But what I'm saying is,
JJ Hickson?
man,
Oh, man.
Come on, man.
I mean, I can slang the names with the best
Mario
of them.
Moon.
Even though
Mario Moon was trash, man.
man, hold up now. That's Mississippi right there. We gonna show
Hey,
Mario.
he might be Mississippi. I'm from Mississippi. That nigga was trash.
He wasn't that bad. He was all right.
All right, okay.
He was athletic. He was athletic. I'll give him that.
Okay, Bo Jackson was too, but that don't mean he was gonna win.
I'm just saying, like, you know, I do hold LeBron there too, because once you get there, it's like you can't go back. You know what I'm saying? Once you make it there, you can't go back. So with LeBron, even though he only made it 1 year, you gotta look at what he had to go through just to get there.
Okay,
you know
so that's my point. We don't crucify LeBron for having nobodies and him having to carry the team, right? So how can you in return flip it on somebody years later in the same scenario for one season? He can't help he can't help that his general manager actually is hitting on some shit and will actually go out and get him help after seeing how it is, how big of a struggle it is for him, his MVP season. You see what I'm saying?
Well, let me add to that now, because that was his first year, and don't get me wrong, I feel like the Russell Thunder, but anyway, the Thunder would have had a chance to go a little bit farther. Of course, not make the finals, but I think they would have been able to go a little bit farther. But I think Russell was just so low down, because I do believe he played as hard as he could that season.
Right.
You know, don't get me wrong. I feel like he was low down by the time he made it to, I want to say they made it to Utah. That was the first round. I want to say.
That was when
that wasn't Utah.
They lost to Houston the first year. That he won his MVP. So that's what I'm saying. So they gonna beat Houston?
No, that's what I'm saying. Well, I think they would have had a chance if Russell wouldn't have been so low down. I think they would have had a shot. No, I'm not saying that they would have won, but I think they would have had a better chance. I think Russell was so done that season. You can't be mad at him for doing what he did and them getting put out in the first round.
So that's the point that I'm saying. You saying I hold him to a higher caliber. I'm like, well, you need to do that with LeBron. You need to do that with every person that ever had one good player and a bunch of scrubs.
But every season after that, Russell did the same thing. He averaged a triple-double, almost averaged a triple-double, and ain't did nothing since with help. After that.
Pause. I'll give you that next year with Paul George and Carmelo. That he should have did way better. I give him that. But they also had something to do with coaching. Because you can't tell me Russell Westbrook didn't defer to Paul George and made Paul George an MVP candidate. Paul George just got hurt. See what I'm saying? So once again, how is that Russ's fault that man got hurt? Until he got hurt, he was an MVP candidate, right?
Yeah, he was.
So they had him in the discussion. That's what I'm saying. Like, and you notice y'all blame that man for shit he has no control. The Gatorade bad in the jug. Man, I just feel like if Russell would have just, you know what I'm saying, sat on the bench a little longer, it would have been better. Come on now, man.
I like Russell. I really like Russell. I just don't understand how you can get night in and night out. You can play that hard. You can get triple-double night in and night out. Look, let's try something different. Let me not try to get as many rebounds. Let me hold somebody else accountable on the team.
So let me ask you this. Hold on. Let me ask you this. So if his energy and effort go down, is it gonna make that Washington team any better?
Washington should be better than what they is. I mean, it's a
Oh,
problem.
can you name
It's a
5 players
problem.
on Washington team
No, but they
that
got Brad
matter?
Beal. Brad Beal is probably a top 5 2 guard, maybe top
Mm-hmm. Hey,
7 at
mm-hmm.
least.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I'm just saying, I'm being generous. You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? And Russell is still a elite player in the league.
Oh, but you, I hear what you're saying with the others, but what I'm saying is this: when has one man won it all for his team? One man.
LeBron James did.
When?
Well, I you know, you know, I'm a big LeBron advocate, but
Oh,
no,
He
what?
did it.
he's definitely a obvious defining factor why that team
When?
could be there. But
When? When? Can you give me the year, please? I
What year
beg.
the year Kyrie got hurt?
They didn't
And I see.
win.
they didn't win.
No, I'm saying he came back. He came back the next year.
Mm-hmm.
Kyrie still missed half the playoffs, just about, and he
Okay,
missed a
but
couple games in the
once
finals.
again, let me ask you this: was Kyrie Irving, when they was down 3-1, was Kyrie Irving not helping LeBron put up points?
No, I'm not saying that. I'm not
So
saying that at
once
all.
again, I reiterate the question: name one playoff, one final where one man has won it all for his team.
Ain't nobody.
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 You
I
telling
get off.
Russell Westbrook to do it all. Like, Russ, you're doing rebound. Russ, you're doing too much. Russ, you're too damn good. Get on the bench. That's gonna improve the team. No, it's not.
I'm not saying that, but I just don't. It just don't add up to me. It just don't add up. I mean,
And I say
in my
this,
personal opinion, go ahead.
not to cut nobody off. Y'all both make some damn valid and very detailed points. I just feel, man, it's more with his off court mentality why people like to make him the whipping boy excuse, for why a team didn't do this or the fall, man. Because prime example, last year in the playoffs in the bubble, people gotta realize, I believe those guys didn't play for like 3 months. 3 months, if I'm
right.
not mistaken. He didn't play none of the scrimmage games, the seeding games, which were 8. So that's 11 games he didn't play none because he got hurt. And he caught COVID. So he had to sit out. He didn't practice with the team. He couldn't get in shape with the team. And you gotta remember, you guys brought LeBron James up as an example. I know Juice did. Those first 8 games, LeBron was like shit.
Yeah.
True.
As great as he
That's
is,
true.
he was
That's
rusty.
true.
This
That's
man
true.
missed a total of 11 games that were very needed in the Central and has not played in 3 months. And he come back the second round of the playoffs, and we expecting him to play like what? That's not on him.
I don't know. Ask Mr. Murray. I don't know. He said he can
What?
do it all. He can do it.
What? Look though, I didn't put that on Russell. I didn't put Houston losing on Russell last year because I didn't think they was gonna beat any of those teams anyway. Like I just didn't think. I just think that they, like you said, coaching plays a huge part in everything basketball related. And we, because I don't care how much talent you got. If you got a better coach on the other side with some decent talent, you probably gonna lose. To be honest.
And I think that's what Brooklyn's gonna get bit in the butt. You gotta look at it. Celtics are struggling. Not to cut you off, L. The Celtics are struggling.
Oh, no, you good.
Can't tell me Brad Stevens ain't a better coach than Steve Nash.
I agree.
You damn shame with a straight face finna tell me Doc Rivers in a timeout situation.
Damn Skippy.
In a fourth quarter pivotal game 7.
Yeah.
Come on now. His coaching, good or bad, is gonna come on full display in the playoffs.
I'm gonna be real.
It will.
I'm gonna be real. Von make a very valid point, and I'm gonna ask you this: out of Russell Westbrook whole career, right? What elite coach has he had?
I think that was the problem too early on, but the talent superseded all of that because
That's true.
He had
That's true.
But
what I'm saying, we already established talent is not gonna always get you to the promised land and win it all. So once again, I ask the question: what coach, what scheme, whatever system being ran, can you honestly say, okay, that's on Russ? He ain't deliver. They didn't have one.
Nah, you can't. Definitely not when it comes to coaching.
That's what I'm saying. So I mean, look at LeBron. People say what they want about Eric Spoelstra, but last time I checked, Eric Spoelstra done been to the finals last year, right?
Yeah.
Had them boys balling.
Yeah. And he's the best coach LeBron ever had.
Exactly.
I give you that.
Without question. Because that's when LeBron was at his best in Miami.
Especially defensive prowess.
I ain't gonna say that.
What?
No, I will.
Know,
and Juice, I'm gonna let
you
go because you just said that I agree. That's when LeBron, he won a championship. He came into his own. 2013, LeBron was on a whole nother level.
Yes.
Yeah.
A whole nother level.
Yes.
LeBron always was a solid defender in Cleveland. Mike Brown tried to establish defense in his career early on because people got to remember, LeBron wasn't a great defender early on in his career. He wasn't horrible. He wasn't great.
He didn't want
Right.
to.
He didn't
even
want
to defend like that. Yeah.
But he was in Miami. He had no choice. That was
Exactly.
the strength of that team's
Exactly.
everything.
Listen, LeBron James in Miami, to me, that's the best version of him because on both sides of the floor, he was dominant. That's the only reason. I didn't say that he was a better shooter in Miami than he is right now in the Lakers jersey.
Right. Of course not.
You see what I'm saying? I mean, it's other facets of his game that along the way he's progressed in. But if you telling me from one side of the floor to the other, when was LeBron at his best? Miami. No question.
I think that second stint in Cleveland, man, he was just so unstoppable.
I mean, he was scared then too. But on both ends,
he was so unstoppable.
I don't know.
Yeah, I think so. I think
I'm gonna say he was raw, but I think the only reason why I say that's where you start seeing, you start to kind of see, which he a big hypocrite on this, where I'm a risk.
He'll take plays off.
Right. I'm a risk. I'm gonna take games off, and people critique him for it. But then soon as people, how soon people forget, soon as Kawhi went through the same thing, they crucified him for it, and then LeBron had the audacity to say something. And then somebody, I forgot who it was, like, wait a minute, didn't you used to take out games back in the day when you was in Cleveland? You see what I'm saying? But I mean, hey, he is King James. He write the narrative. They got to run with it. So it is.
I think he was different with Kawhi.
I just think he was cautious because he got hurt. He wanted to come back. He wanted to at least be 80%. And I'm not giving him the pass because some of them games he could have played. I'm not going to give him the full extended pass. But I will say this. It did pay off for Toronto. So, I'll give him that. He obviously knew something. He was doing something right. But
I think I was just about to say, I think they just blew up the Kawhi situation too much. I don't think it should have been as big as it was. I didn't think it should have been that big. Like, I don't think he did nothing wrong.
They weren't going to win regardless. They weren't beating Golden State.
Nope.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying. Nope. People were like they was going to be. No, they was not.
Oh, you talking about the Spurs that year?
Yeah,
he set out.
The Spurs. Yeah, he was still with the Spurs that year.
They weren't going to beat Golden State.
They was not.
You talking about the year? You talking about the year he got hurt or the year he sat out?
The year he sat out. Not the year he got hurt in that game.
Oh, the year he got hurt. The year he got hurt in that game.
Oh no, they wasn't gonna win.
What?
They wasn't gonna win. Who was?
Kevin Durant was on that team, right?
Yeah. He was.
Let me tell you why I say that was the best chance for somebody to beat them, right?
Mm-hmm.
At that moment in time, then they had Tim Duncan. That was his last year.
Tim retired.
Yes. No, I think he was there.
He retired.
No, you're right. He was gone. He was the only one there.
Okay, so he just it was LaMarcus. It was LaMarcus.
I don't think he was there.
So Tim had to be there because LaMarcus came right after Tim retired. So one of them had to be there.
I think LaMarcus came not to cut nobody off. Tim just stopped playing. He kind of like mentoring him because his first year, Tim just kind of stopped playing.
Okay. So I'm finna put this in you. Here we go.
Mm-hmm.
That team that year when Kawhi got hurt, him getting the keys and him doing what he was doing for them first 3 quarters. Oh, that was gonna beat Golden State. Because let me tell you why. Golden State had never faced. Let me bring this to your attention. Name a time where Golden State faced adversity from an elite team in the playoffs. They only did twice, honestly. Well, 3 times. And I ain't even gonna count the other time because KD wasn't there. So I'm gonna say when the KD led Golden State Warriors, they only faced adversity really twice. That was when Houston, when KD got hurt and they still won, and that was when they lost the next series against the Raptors. That's the only time. So if you look at it, that Spurs team was elite enough with Kawhi, LaMarcus, and Tim Duncan would eventually play little key cornerstone minutes here, there. That's the thing. A lot of people say, well, they old, or they this, where they that. Let me bring something to your attention. I know how old are you, LB?
29 today, my birthday today.
Your birthday today?
Yeah.
Oh, man. Hey, man, happy birthday.
Man, I appreciate it, bro. Appreciate
29.
it.
29, young ass. Oh man, that's what's up. You own our
Yeah, I
man. We
appreciate it.
appreciate that, man. You spending on your birthday. You
Hey,
getting
man,
some
it's
of this
all
knowledge
love.
put on your birthday. That's what,
Hey, it's all
man.
love. It's all
Look,
love. Making it great, baby.
I gotta say this though. I'm a little older than y'all. I want y'all to
Oh yeah.
understand something. Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, later on in his career, couldn't even hardly run up the floor like that with the Showtime Lakers. Well, how is he still able to be a big factor and still being able to be on that floor for the Lakers late in the 80s? Come on now. Great
He
coaching.
was
Great coaching.
7'3".
Oh,
What you
here we
mean? He was
go.
7'3".
Listen, it might be the case, but this is what I'm saying. Great players are going to always make some kind of impact, whether they old or young
That's
or
a
whatever.
fact. I agree.
So Tim Duncan coming in and giving you a high quality 15 minutes late in late game situations is pivotal. And that's why I said, if you think about it, Tim, LaMarcus, and that version of Kawhi Leonard,
They had
that
Manu.
was and Manu. That's what I'm saying. Like, dog, they could have contended with that team, because the thing of it is, people failing to realize that team is fresh off a loss, an embarrassing ass loss at that, to the Cleveland Cavaliers. And truth be told, if you think about it, the only team that really had them on the ropes that whole playoff was that San Antonio Spurs team.
I think the Rockets.
Let me say this.
Not that first year. Think about it.
Talking about with
that
KD.
first year. Yeah.
Now you got to remember, with the game 7, Chris Paul got hurt. And they were up that
It went to
game 7.
game 7, they
Yeah,
got
they
hurt.
did go to
But
game 7.
it went to game 7, they got hurt. But let's be real here. Like, look at that game 7. It was a blowout.
Yeah, they ran away. But
That's what I'm
Get
saying.
3.
Like, come
if
on.
Chris
Like, it
Paul,
wasn't.
if Chris Paul would have been there, he would have made a difference. Definitely. I'm not saying they would have won, but it wouldn't have went down like that if Chris Paul would have been playing. Because Chris Paul just ain't gonna let that happen.
Yeah, he would have slowed the
Not gonna
tempo
let that
down.
happen.
Like, bro, we need to get in the paint. These threes ain't dropping. We need to
Yeah.
get the foul line. Something.
He just
Right.
wasn't gonna let that happen. But with the Spurs though, even if they did win that game 1, you still got to do it 3 more times. You know that wasn't gonna.
That's true. That's true. But this is where it comes in, or where I feel like knowledge come in on the game of basketball. Mentally, the edge is off you because you've already proven you can go into the Oracle and take a game.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how you watch the Spurs or not, but my cousin will tell you, if it's any team in the NBA that is known for the upset or known for catastrophic things that happen to win series, that's the team right there. They got the coaching, they got the system, they discipline on offense, they discipline on defense, and they not gonna play out of character.
That's true.
So you got a Kawhi Leonard that's going up against a Kevin Durant led team, and let me tell you what would have happened. Kevin Durant always used to try to revert back to old bad habits. So now if Kawhi getting off, because in his system it's allowing him to get off, and now you got Kevin Durant over here swing. He gonna want to go 1-on-1, right? See, basketball is just as much as mental as it is the physical aspect of it. Kevin Durant was still in his bad habit syndrome during that first year. In my opinion, if you want the best chance to beat a super team and put that stamp on them, is that first year. If you can't complete that task that first year, then you ain't doing nothing but letting them build momentum. You see what I'm saying?
True.
Once they get that momentum, it's because I'm gonna be real. If you honestly think about it, which team is better? Well, who had the better run? KD with Golden State or LeBron with Miami?
Golden State, definitely.
I mean,
I have to go Golden State.
Because if you look at it, well, KD was with them 3 years?
Yeah.
Okay, within them 3 years, they just look unbeatable.
You're right, exactly.
I mean, in Miami, they didn't start out looking like that. They started out rough.
You got to remember, a couple series they were down.
Stride.
Indiana,
right, you see what I'm saying?
Bulls,
Indiana, Bulls, Boston.
Spurs. They
See what I'm
look
saying? See what I'm saying? That's why I'm telling you, like, that first year that Miami lost, that was really like, man, that was really like, okay, this gonna be make or break you this next year. Y'all don't win a ring this year, Brian, boy, we finna trash your legacy. We already on
Who?
your ass by the 11.
Mm-hmm.
12, you can't go in Celtics arena and get your ass whooping a game 6 like you in Cleveland again. You can't do that, especially with the teammates you got now. So it's either put up or shut up. So that's why I say, if you look at overall circumstances, we can always say, well, man, you know, this person right here, man, he make this impact because he a veteran. That's true. But in all aspects, it's like sometimes basketball is based upon the timing of everything. When KD went to the Warriors, wasn't nobody ready for that.
No,
You know what I'm saying?
I think they was preparing for it though. I think
I
they
mean,
kind of knew.
they were, but the league wasn't. Think about it. At that time, who was the best team besides Golden State? Cleveland.
Right.
And they both were evenly matched up, technically. But in a way, not really, because
Yeah, not really.
KD, I'm sorry, not KD, but LeBron and Kyrie were like overpowering Steph and Clay.
I don't think so, because I mean, as much as I hate
Yeah,
Draymond Green, he was
I
still
mean,
there.
man, fuck Draymond Green. Oh, hell no.
Well,
Hell no.
they play style is what made Golden State so dangerous.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's what
Yeah,
made them so
yeah,
They know
dangerous.
about 1-on-1.
but let me
Yeah.
be real here. Let's be real. If we gonna talk about anybody that get to slide under the radar, Steph Curry
I
in
don't
the
think he do.
finals. In
People criticize Steph.
in the finals, it's a problem that you done been to
5.
5.
5.
I thought it was 4.
5. He lost 2. He won 3. He lost to the Raptors in Cleveland.
Yeah. Okay, so you ain't never won a finals MVP?
I think people give Steph his just due for that. I think people do because that's one thing I always said about Steph. One thing about Steph, now it's not as noticeable as James Harden, but Steph don't show up in big games either typically. So, I mean, this my thing with Steph. Steph's 6'3", maybe.
Yeah, 6'3".
He's 6'3".
Mm-hmm.
He very little.
Okay.
I mean, and he is known for, I mean, don't get me wrong, he got handles that he can get to the rack here now and then, but he's known for shooting threes and he's very small. Like,
I mean,
that's only going to work so well in the playoffs on your own.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Hey, hold on. Hey, Vaughn, get him.
L.
Get him.
L.
Get him.
Come on,
I hear what you saying. I hear what you saying. Isaiah Thomas was smaller.
Allen
AI
Iverson
was smaller. Kyrie Irving smaller. Bro, no.
All of them.
No.
All of those guys had.
And you even tell me they had better teammates than him. His teammates just as good.
I'm not gonna say that. I'm not gonna say that. No, I'm saying he don't show up, but I'm saying you can't. I just pressure. You got pressure in the finals. He is small.
No.
I mean, he don't show up.
Do I smell some excuses?
I don't smell it.
No, I'm saying he don't show up. I agree. He don't show up now.
Hold on, let me ask you this. So you gonna use that same excuse when Jamal Murray and them get put out of the playoffs this year?
No, Jamal Murray I feel like he's a big point. I mean, they roughly the same size. I feel like he's a big point guard.
I'm just saying, are you gonna use that same excuse when they lose?
No, I think they still young.
So we're gonna use the youth movement, like I said earlier.
But listen though, I think that they are young. Don't get me wrong, I feel like they need a better coach too. I think that is probably gonna be the problem in the long run. Even though he's a solid coach. That's what I'm saying. But like talent wise, they almost dare to compete with anybody. Almost. They're not quite there yet.
Who they missing? Michael Jordan? I mean, who they missing? Scottie Pippen?
I think
Dennis?
I think they big enough.
They very big enough. Oh hell yeah.
Yeah, I think they big enough.
Front court, they big enough.
Yeah.
What they missing?
I don't know. They missing something. I can't put my eye on it. I can't put my tongue on it right now.
9 out of 10? 50?
They missing something. They missing something, man. I don't know. It's just I think they good enough it's just when you got I guess it's a star. I guess that's what they missing, like that star power. It's It's hard to win without that star
Can I
power.
Is
be real?
Jokic kind of not at this point? Are we considering him one, or he just a good
That's what I'm
all-star?
saying. I think he
I
hating
don't
on
think
Jokic. He hating
I'm
on
not. I don't. I do hate him though, but
It's
I
because
don't
he
think
white.
He do
Yeah,
not
you
like
say, hey,
Jokic
listen,
for some
we ain't
reason.
gonna do that on the podcast. No,
That
because
it?
I love Luka. No, I love Luka.
Okay.
I love Luka.
Oh
I
my!
like Gordon Dragic. I just think that Joker. I mean, fam, he listen, man.
I mean, he
The
basically
man
the same
raw.
as Luca,
The
but neither one of them
man
are great
raw.
athletes.
The man raw.
Man, I'm
Okay, if you
just
don't want him, I take him.
yeah, but you can have him though. Like, look,
What?
who you gonna give me for him? Who you gonna give me for him? That's what I
Hold
need
on,
for
hold
him.
on, hold on, hold on. I'm on Miami Heat. I give you Bam Adebayo right now.
I'll
For
take
sure.
it. I'll take it. And
Ooh,
you
we
know
gonna
what?
kill
I'll
y'all.
take it. I promise you won't. I promise you won't.
With
Because the reason why
Jimmy Butler, Victor Oladipo, all them shooters around them, and they got jokers who can stretch the floor, unlike Bam
how
Adebayo.
And
how
pass.
slow are y'all gonna be? How slow are y'all gonna be? That's gonna be
What you
your
mean, how
problem.
slow? See, hold
How
on.
slow?
You absolutely right. But let me bring something to your attention, youngster. I gotta call you youngster on this. Here it
Okay.
is. In the playoffs, does the game get faster or slower?
It depends on who creating the tempo. It slows down, but
It
you still
slows
gotta have a
down.
tempo.
So hold on. So you telling me? So basically, what you're saying is Jokic is the reason because of his lack of athleticism that y'all are in the peculiar situations y'all in the playoffs. That's what you're saying.
I don't think he's aggressive enough, and he's too slow. I just don't like him. I just don't like
Oh
him.
You
Lord.
know,
I just don't see the
Can't
hype.
win with him. Can't coach him. All right, Mike.
I
I don't see the
gotta
hype.
interject. Can I interject for a little bit?
Go ahead.
Far as that Lakers series, that was a horrible matchup for him, given who he had to play against and be guarded by. He had to play against Anthony Davis. That's no easy matchup because Anthony Davis is quicker than him and a better shooter than him. He's just a better all-around athlete. He's longer.
Right.
You gotta go against the White House, who's kind of took on this mantra as like a bad guy, enforcer. He may not be what he is. That motherfucker still big.
Right.
Vel McGee is
Joker's
lengthy.
big.
Huh?
Jokic is chunky. He's like stocky. He's
Yeah,
not
He
yeah.
big. Not an
He's not
excuse. He's still big.
He's big, but he's nowhere near as fast or as agile
athletic.
as them.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
I seen plays. I think what was that? That overtime game. Anthony Davis hit that game winner. Jokic was literally willing them back. I mean, on one play they inbounded. They gave it to him on the post, and Davis had him posted up on the 3-point line. Do you know he backed this man down? Now I was waiting for the double to come from the 3-point line to the basket. He scored like 11, 12 points. I know that's just one game, one instance, but he is not afraid of nobody, man. I think that was just a bad matchup. And he's basically
He's afraid.
because he's, if not one of the best passers in the league, definitely on that team.
Listen,
and that might be my problem when he's too passive. That might be my problem.
He stay
hold on,
offense.
but hold on, pause. How you think Jamal Murray able to put up the numbers he put up?
Exactly.
If he commanding the ball and he dumping down low off pick and roll and he got the matchup, then people gotta actually double team him. That gives Jamal Murray them wide open threes.
Jamal can create his own.
He can.
So
he can, but let's not act like it doesn't help to have a big man, a big threat down low.
Not saying that
and
at all.
can stretch the flow.
I'm not saying that at all. But when you got that, this is my thing about passive big men. And yeah, the NBA don't involved and all that type of stuff. I'm pretty old school when it comes to my mentality of playing ball.
Mm-hmm.
When you that big, you got to be able to enforce your will on people. And I just don't think that he can do it. I don't think that he can do it.
Okay,
like
I'm gonna bring something to your attention. Hold on. You say Jokic he shouldn't be the big man, basically, right?
No, I'm not saying that at all.
No, I'm saying he should, but who else y'all got at center? Didn't y'all go get JaVale McGee? Okay,
they do have
this is the perfect matchup for y'all. Okay, so if JaVale in the playoffs, which I think y'all gonna do this, put him in the post and let him protect the rim, and put Jokic at power forward. Would that enhance and improve your lineup?
Well, they have him as a power forward, but then what you gonna do with Aaron Gordon? Because you need Aaron Gordon on the floor.
Aaron Gordon gonna be small forward.
Okay, so you gonna keep going down. So okay, who you gonna put at 2? Will Barton?
Michael Porter. It depends on how you play.
Michael Porter and Will Barton. It's a toss-up. You need points off the bench. You need points off the bench. Remember that now.
Michael Porter, bad defender though.
That's what I'm saying. So in that case, then you got Jamal Murray at point guard. Think about that lineup. You got athleticism with a big man. You don't need. This is the thing that I kind of think everybody overlook. Everybody don't have to run the floor in order to get a fast break. But you need one or two people that's athletic. Because honestly, how many players we see the Miami Heat where it was just LeBron and D-Wade running down the court?
That's true.
The game today, I feel like, and this is a little bit off subject, I feel like Utah figured it out. I think they figured out that their best option of winning is running. I think they figured it out. So that's why where they at. They figured out, hey, listen, if we push this pace, even though Mike Conley is a little bit older, Mike Conley is still a pure point guard. And Donovan Mitchell, he kind of a combo. So, but he a scoring machine. Listen, the more we push this ball up and down the floor, we still can create because we got a real point guard, or we actually got two real point guards, even though they smaller. Let's push this pace back up and down the floor. So with bigger players like Jokic who aren't as athletic, I think I'm gonna break off that real quick. With the Mavericks, they starting to get it together. I know they hit and miss, but I think what makes Luka so good is even though he plays at a controlled pace, he's always pushing the pace. He's always pushing. I think that's what makes him so great. So if you get, I just don't feel like he can keep. I don't know. I just don't like Jokic. I just feel like I just don't like him, man.
Can I be real? Can I be real? Here we go. I just don't like him. Here we go. So you telling me Bam Adebayo is gonna give you similar production that Jokic give you?
I think they're different players with different play styles.
I'm saying, but production. We just know, is he gonna put some kind of imprint that puts that much key core value on your team?
I think so, yes.
Because I'm gonna be real. I'm gonna be flat out real with you. Y'all might disagree with this. That's what's holding the Heat back from winning another ring. He is. Because the thing of it is, Bam is good for a putback. Bam is good to get you rebounds. But at the end of the day, he ain't nothing but a more skilled, more athletic Joel Anthony. I'm gonna keep it 100. If you want to be real about it, if you take Bam out of the equation and you put Giannis Antetokounmpo in his position, and you tell him all you got to do is create in the post. You know, we'll let you run the pick and roll, you know, occasionally, or the offense occasionally. But now you got all the shooters you need. All you need is a quick little 15-footer and attack the basket and grab them boards like you've been grabbing. The Heat will be unbeatable.
I don't think they'll be unbeatable.
At least for a season. At least for
I think it'll come with time.
Right. But I'm just saying though, Bam Adebayo is I'm not knocking Udonis Haslem, but Udonis he carry a old school type style, but he could stretch the floor. That's what kept him in the game for so long, because he evolved like, okay, I can defend bigger players than me, but I also need to, on the offensive end, contribute. Right. Truth be told, what does Bam Adebayo contribute now? You can't just throw the ball into him at him at the post and just let him go to work. Can you?
I think it takes time. I think it takes time, man.
But we're talking about time that Jimmy Butler is getting older. Me and Jimmy Butler should be around the same age. So it's like, you telling the man, hey, wait about 2-3 more seasons for this man to develop, and then boom, boom, boom. We ain't got time for that, because the trajectory of the league is changing each and every year. You see it now.
True.
We didn't know Brooklyn was going to be what they is right now at the beginning of the season. We just knew, okay, it's going to be right. See what I'm saying? So you don't know who's going to do what move going to be made, so you don't have time to just be sitting here contemplating on development. Development is good, but to me, a player should be on their trajectory within their second season. Look at Zion Williams.
Yeah, he balling.
Zion Williams is balling. You want to know the crazy thing? I heard the most blasphemous shit I ever heard in my life. They trying to act like Zion Williams is a bust.
Oh,
how?
Oh, no.
Because his team ain't winning, so he the first good player to go on a bad team.
For real.
Nah, Zion balling. He balling.
That's what I'm saying. So I mean, yeah, they got different. They to me, their components just don't work together right now, because technically, I'm gonna be real. Who the man on that team?
Brandon
Zion.
Zion. I agree.
No, he's the man. But
I agree with LB. He the man, but they still. I get what you're saying, but they still running it through Brandon Ingram.
Brandon Ingram more polished. He more
That's what I'm saying.
polished.
Brandon Ingram, I'm gonna keep it real. Brandon Ingram on a bad team can average points, but some people is levels to this shit. Brandon
Right,
Ingram's skill
exactly.
set does not permit him to be a number one
Right,
option.
I think his
right,
ceiling's
It's
been
right.
really,
reached.
huh?
His ceiling's been reached.
Right.
I think so too. I think so
To
too.
the point where if they ran more shit through, think about this. Think about how many games were so close, but then they had to pull Zion out of the game last year. He
Yeah, that
the
was crazy.
impact. He the most impactful player on the floor for them, not Brandon
But
Ingram.
he underdeveloped.
That might
He
be
has
under.
he has
That
zero
might be the
skill.
case.
He
Who?
has
Who?
zero skill. Zion.
Dog. Hold on. So Shaq didn't have no skills. So Shaq was just big.
No, Shaq has skills. Zion don't got no skills.
Oh my God.
He ain't got nothing.
How does
He's a
Zion not
big.
have skill? So you
He's
telling
a
me extra? So you telling me a big man with that much athleticism that can run your fast break, that can get you second chance points off his vertical leap? He getting you the you gotta think about it. Who in the hell can jump up with the White Howard on an average day?
But that's not necessarily skill. That's athleticism.
That's what I'm saying. His skill set is him utilizing his athleticism to better his team. You just said Russell Westbrook didn't do that, right? He was just athletic and just out of control. Zion Williamson is at least smart enough to say, hey, on this play right here, I can take my man. I didn't seen him do it. He got that
Juice.
crazy ass dribble, huh?
Juice, I gotta agree with you because I mean, let's make this fine example. L was saying it's just purely athleticism. I know
Yeah.
it may be a stretch what I'm about to say, but you gotta remember at one point in time, and you can look up some old clips. JaVale McGee, if not in his younger years, was just as athletic as anybody.
Yep.
Yeah.
And it still didn't translate
It
to
didn't
him being
translate.
successful on the court.
Right. Right.
He can jump as high as
Zion,
anybody,
in
run as
my
high as
opinion,
anybody.
in my opinion, you say you agree with what I said?
Yeah,
That's what
yeah.
I'm saying. In my opinion, LB, if you look at it, the man averaging 20 some odd points, some odd rebounds, and I mean, he's like Sean Kemp mixed with Charles Barkley.
Good
See what I'm
analogy.
saying? If you
I give Sean Kemp. I give Sean Kemp. I don't know about Charles
You don't got
Barkley.
the
okay,
Brown around me, Brown.
come on now. The man is undersized for his position, but
Oh no,
he's
I
still
love Charles
able to
Barkley.
have impact. You see what I'm
But I
saying?
think that's the only comparison, just because he's small. When I
That's
say
true.
Zion don't got no skill, what I mean is
The
you
fundamentals
can't
sound.
depend on him. Huh?
I mean, I mean like fundamentally sound. Having a move he can go to again and again. Like
Yes, like only he got one. He
I
got
believe you
one.
do. That spin move.
His only move. Well, yeah, that's athleticism though.
But
That's just pure athleticism.
pause. You telling a man that's been in the league 2 years he need to have a go-to move. I'm sorry. What was LeBron James' go-to move his first couple years?
Now LeBron was very skilled coming in. We
He was
not gonna
very
do that.
pause. He was very skilled, but what was his go-to move? Since you
A
saying everybody
fadeaway,
need to go.
fadeaway
A
mid range
fadeaway
pull
he
up.
missed a lot. A lot. I
And it was
missed
his
it a
go-to.
lot.
He
Man,
hit
ain't
it
no
when it
way.
count.
Oh,
Zion
he
don't
hit
got
it when it
nothing.
count. Oh my God.
He hit it when
Okay,
it count.
happy
Hey,
birthday,
Cleveland won a
man.
lot of games.
Happy birthday, man. Happy
Look,
birthday.
after LeBron first season, Cleveland, they never went on another losing season after his first season.
That's
So we
true.
can't just,
That's true.
you
That's
know what I'm
true.
saying?
But that also comes with, like we said, who building their team around a player and in the right system. Zion Williams is in a peculiar situation because you got Brandon Ingram there, so you trying to make him be the man because that's
Right.
who you traded Anthony Davis for. So you gotta give him some playing time. But it
Yeah.
wouldn't surprise me the more ascension that Zion Williams have is going to lead to Brandon Ingram being a key core valuable piece being traded.
Yeah,
I agree. Well,
he needs to.
yeah,
I,
I don't know, man. I don't know if
Think
I'll trade him. I don't know if I'll
what?
trade him.
you trade him now and get something for him. Look, man, you don't draft a player like Zion Williams to make him a role player. You draft him to make him the star of your franchise. I'm not saying he has a problem with Brandon Ingram play. I do believe I will give Stan Van Gundy this much credit. He is putting the ball in Zion's hands more opposed to the last coaching staff last year.
Stan's pretty good though.
I'm not gonna say his career can be projected to LeBron and Shaq status. We
Oh
don't
no,
know.
definitely not.
We don't know. We don't know. But
Think
it's still too early in his second year to say what he can and what he won't be. I just feel like he's the man. He should be the man. They need to trade Brandon Ingram sooner than later. If they game don't mesh.
Yep.
Well, I think, see, with Zion, when I say he ain't got no skill, he's still the man. I mean, he just so raw that he talented. He is talented. When I say skills, I'm saying you can't depend on him in a situation. If you need a jumper and they go in, it's pure luck. I mean, like,
and you can say the same about Giannis. If that's the
Oh
case.
my,
and you know what? I was gonna
hold
say exactly that earlier.
We
Earlier, Giannis,
we on a team.
earlier.
We on a team with Lonzo Ball, and we talking about pure luck. Pure luck. Okay. All right,
Lonzo
LeBron.
okay.
All right,
Lonzo
LeBron.
okay. I mean, he not
Lonzo,
terrible.
okay. Okay. I
I
said
mean, he
Lonzo,
ain't bad.
not LaMelo. I said Lonzo, not LaMelo.
I don't. I think they. This is why I say I don't think they should trade Brandon Ingram. Well, I mean, you might be right, Jody, because I don't think they're gonna win. But I think that they helping each other out. You get what I'm saying? I think
Yeah.
all them being so young, I think their games are all coming together at the same time. That's why I said I wouldn't trade Brandon
And
Ingram right now. But
I know who they should trade for, but it wouldn't benefit the team that he traded to though. If you was to
yeah.
trade Brandon Ingram for Jaylen Brown from the Celtics,
mm,
that would benefit the Pelicans.
that would benefit
in
the
my
Pelicans, wouldn't
opinion.
benefit the Celtics for shit.
That's what I'm
Right,
saying.
at
That's what I'm
all.
saying.
At
That's why I
all.
said I wouldn't do it, but I mean, hey, that's between Dan Ainge and
Yeah.
whoever.
But you
Quick
know,
question.
I'm gonna say this, man. And before I say this, fellas, how y'all feel about this NBA topic? Y'all feel something we can speak on, or y'all ready to move on?
Hey, I know we've been on this for about an hour. I knew this was gonna be a long show because we argued about basketball.
Oh yeah, but
Well, you know what? Let's get off basketball just for a brief second because I know, I don't want to be too long with y'all. You know, y'all got different situations to tend to, but is it time for me to bring him out? You know, can I
Bring
do
them
it?
out, man.
Can I do it?
Um,
Ladies and gentlemen, he hasn't been in pocket for a couple of weeks, but ladies and gentlemen, y'all might be familiar with him. If you do, give a world round of applause for I Need a Love Doctor. Yeah, y'all. We back up in this thing. I got my boy LB in here. I've been listening to y'all. Y'all been doing some great talking points, some great key cornerstone points, but we got to bring this thing to the love doctor for a minute, y'all.
okay.
I got a question, for both gentlemen, Von the villain, LB. Y'all young brothers, y'all got significant others, right?
yeah.
I'm single.
So, we got a single man. Okay.
Oh yeah,
So,
yeah,
so,
yeah,
so
yeah.
let me ask the single man. He won't get in trouble for this.
Nah.
So let me ask you this. Do you think in 2021 that it is okay for a man to juggle multiple women? Now, when I say juggle, I'm not saying pimping, hoeing.
Right.
I'm saying to legitimately be in two different relationships, as I'll call them, with two different women because of the agenda they push nowadays with more. How do I say this without being kicked off YouTube? The reason why I say you want to balance, is it okay for a man to have multiple relationships with at least one or two women? Because nowadays we're getting the Lil Nas X's, a la the alphabet boys, not the FBI, not the CIA, but the
I already
LG.
know.
Okay. So,
Yeah.
in your opinion, do you think that it's possible that it could be accepted?
Well, to be accepted, well, that's a good topic. I feel like this. I feel like the problem with a lot of relationships in general, whether it's monogamous or not, is social media. So I feel like it's possible, but it's different. It's different factors that may contribute to someone not necessarily wanting to do that. See, me personally, I got children, so I wouldn't necessarily want to have I guess have multiple women in my
It's
life.
defined as something that I mean to cut you off. A polyamorous
Oh, you good?
relationship.
Yeah, polygamy or whatever.
Polygamy.
But
Yeah, you
anyway,
got it right.
yeah,
Yeah.
polygamy. So like, okay, if I didn't have kids, I'd probably be more open to it. You know what I'm saying? Because the way the world is these days, man, you know, I don't feel. I mean, listen, I might be wrong and I might be in my little bubble, but I feel like a lot of people don't value marriage as much as they used to.
I
A
agree.
lot of people don't value commitment necessarily as much as they used to. So, you know, it's, you know, and the world gonna keep turning, man. Whether we like it or not, whether we agree with what's going on or not, you gotta adjust somehow. And whether that adjustment is for you to get you one woman and lock her down and marry her, and y'all just have to be on the same page, or to have multiple women, you just got to get on track with one or the other and just got to stay in your lane. But I think it can work. I think it can work. I think it's probably more of that going on now, more so than ever. I think it's just not said, but I think it's like understood because it's rough out here, man. I ain't gonna lie.
Let me drop some game. So you're telling me 29th birthday today
Yeah.
that if you didn't have the opportunity to have one woman that you have that steady core relationship with, you have your boundaries, your morals, your values, your classy lady otherwise. And then you're telling me on the flip side, when she tripping, or that monthly soldier come visit her, that you ain't got, old fine CGA Sean on the side that can, help you through them crucial times. You tell me you wouldn't be willing to indulge in that type of festivities?
No, not now. Like I said, if I didn't have children, it might be a little different because, I mean, children gonna grow up and do what they want to do and be what they want to be and whatever. But I just feel like, me personally, I'm cool with one woman. Don't get me wrong now. I love women and I love women to death. Anybody that know me know that. but I feel like, look, let's just be real. Juggling one personality is enough.
Yeah.
Not to mention your own situation, what you got going on. True enough, your woman might help you out and make it better and make you better, but juggling one personality is enough, especially if you got a good one. She gonna be tough. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Not necessarily saying she'll give you a hard time, but she gonna be tough. You gotta deal with all that. So all that, I ain't gonna say negative, but all the stuff that come with her just gotta come with her. So to bring another person who, I mean, listen, when you get involved with somebody else, you got a lot of risk coming with it. You gotta, cause what you're doing, like, if you're not sneaking, if it's open, if it's, I guess that's the right word, open, if everybody know about each other.
Entanglement, right.
Yeah, if it's an entanglement, like, who was there first? They gonna always feel entitled.
Of
Because they was
course.
there first.
Of
Yeah,
course.
you know what I'm saying?
But if you put your Mac down right and proper, then you ain't got to worry about that, baby. You know what I'm saying? You just got to let them know, like, look, you might be first, but how you keep on acting, you're going to be last. Now get your shit together.
I mean, it's hard to do. Women independent these days, man. They don't need us no more.
Hey, Webby might say that, but at the end of the day, I don't care how independent her ass is. Hey, she going to be independent at night in the dark, alone, with a vibrator, and she ain't going to want that.
I mean, hey, but look, man, everybody willing. That's one thing you gotta always remember. Everybody willing.
I mean, I'm gonna say this. Well, no, I ain't even gonna say it. I'm gonna pass it to Von. Von, what's your take on this?
Man, first off, let me say this. I'm not against anybody that's into this type of lifestyle. I tell people all the time, be true to yourself and be real with yourself. Be real with yourself. The worst thing you can do is lie to yourself.
Right.
And I'm be critical how I say this. I don't want to walk on a tightrope. I'm with you, Juice, because I'm not trying to offend nobody. And for any motherfuckers that do comment, if we lucky to get something,
get in the comment section.
Get in the comment section. God damn it,
man. Fuck that.
Before any of you motherfuckers try to take aim at me or L or this platform of Juice, just know I can speak for myself. I wasn't raised like that. I have nothing against homosexual community. I work with homosexuals. I've been cordial with homosexuals.
Right.
Whatever your preference, that's your preference. But we live in a society where that is custom now, and whether you like it or not, like I said, I have no problems with it. I can't speak for every man and woman. If we can grow accustomed to going somewhere and seeing someone of a transgender community and have no ill will toward them or look second at them or have our jaw drop, why as a society, once again, not advocating for this, not saying you have to do this. I'm not going to do it. If we see a man coming to a restaurant with 2 women on his arm, why would we look at that as a disgrace or find that jaw dropping? Yeah.
Correct.
You know what I'm saying? I'm not advocating against or with any lifestyle. I'm just saying in 2021, we can't be, oh my God, shocked by anything at this point now. At all the shit that's going on where we can't be shocked by anything. But before well, after all that, let me get into my point. I feel that, like El said, it's a juggle, man. I myself have a short ass attention span. My woman can tell me something, I can forget it in the next 15 minutes. I damn sure don't have to deal with that coming from another person. Everybody's personality is different. Everyone's energy is different.
Mm-hmm.
And me, I hate to say it like this, I'm not a selfish person. Don't get me wrong. I don't mind doing for people. I do for people that I don't even have. But I don't like someone being overly dependent on me for a lot of things, because I try not to be overly dependent for anyone for too much things myself.
Right.
When you're dealing with people, sometimes you have to give them your ear, your time, your body, your soul, and now I have to do the same thing for another person.
Right.
If I give everybody a little bit I got, I won't have nothing for myself.
That's true.
You forgot to mention your Jergens. But
that man crazy. That man is crazy.
Not the Jergens.
Man,
hey man, look, I'm gonna say this. I agree with what both of y'all are saying. That's true. It's true on both sides. You know, he's a man with kids, so you know that those morals and those standards. You know, not saying Vaughn don't have them either, but what it is, he's like, yo, I'm a role model. You know, so how is it gonna look for daddy to be like, hey, go in there and you know, ask your mama for this, and then they looking like, which one? You know, damn.
Right,
but,
yeah.
You know, so I get that. And then on Von's side, you know, I get the point of, yo, that's a lot of time, effort, and energy. You know, me, my personal opinion. If I were to, I'm gonna play the devil's advocate here. If I were able to indulge in it, would I do it right now with the relationship that I'm in right now with the female that I'm with right now? No, because of, you know, I'm comfortable and content where I'm at with who I'm with. Now, if me and her wasn't together and I was single, and by me not having kids and by me, you know, being open-minded towards, you know, this is 2021, I would, you know, start dating, you know, regularly, you know, and then if I felt like, okay, the person that I'm, you know, showing interest in would be open-minded towards this idea, I would tell them up front, you know, early, than to get into a whole relationship with them and then try to spring something like that on, if that makes sense, you know. So that's how I would go about it. I wouldn't just get in a relationship and then try to say, okay, well, now you got to accept that I want to do this. Nah, that's springing something on somebody. If you start out early and let them know from the get-go that, hey, you know, I'm kind of interested in this. What do you think about this? And then see where they head at. Then that's kind of like, you know, okay, I'm testing the waters to see exactly where this person stands. That's how I would do it. So, yeah, man, I like both answers. They were both mature, but they were both genuine and direct. They wasn't no politically correct bullshit.
Right. And good doctor, before we move on, and since we on the topic of a man having, I guess, multiple concubines, it's been anybody on the rock that don't know, it's been some in, you know, the airwaves, this fellow content creator put his foot in his mouth. Let's just be honest. Mr. Derek Jackson, people don't know, what is your input on his situation? I know mine's, but I was wondering, L, if you are familiar with that, I would like yours as well. But good doctor, what is your input on his situation?
First and foremost, the nigga's a simp. The nigga's a simp. Second off, you know, this should be an eye opener to ladies. Hell, and men too, for this matter. Let me be real. We gotta stop putting people up on a pedestal like they ain't human, like
Right.
they don't make mistakes, like they don't breathe the same air we breathe. Like,
Right.
I'm gonna go back into a key cornerstone point LB made earlier. This social media thing is really killing our society. We really
Right.
believe. Remember back in the day, it used to be before internet really took off. It used to be the people that we seen in this box we call a TV were the most important and famous people we knew, right?
Yeah.
Nowadays, you got people that don't even have skills, talents, nothing. They just personalities. They just turn on their phone and then they just twerk their ass or they talk a bunch of shit, and now they considered celebrities or famous. We got to stop putting these people, everybody, up on this pedestal, anybody for that matter. I don't give a damn if you're the most famous basketball player to the most beautiful model in the world. You still human at the end of the day. Yes, we'll
Right.
appreciate, what you do for an overall global standpoint, but that don't make you better than us. The fact I bring this up is because a lot of women, one particular woman, I hope she hear this too with her ratchet ass. A girl I used to talk to, hood booger. They, well,
I know.
don't
Yeah.
okay. So, I'm chilling with her, and she was like, "I think you should watch this." I'm like, "Okay," I'm thinking something funny. She turned, her phone around, and I see this black ass dude. Fellas, if you really want to treat your ladies well, you need to do X, Y, and Z. Because I think that this is the best way and the correct way to do that. And I'm listening to her, and I'm just saying to myself, like, yo, how can another man tell me how to treat a woman? You know? I mean, I understand some men out here, they just careless and they reckless and they ain't got no respect for women. But in all due respect, every man out here ain't clueless. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? We all ain't out walking out here calling women bitches and hoes. You know what I'm saying?
They do exist.
I
Right.
mean, huh?
They do exist.
Yeah, bitches and
Yeah, they
hoes
do.
do
They
exist.
do.
I mean, let's be real. I mean,
Definitely
if
do.
you really want to know what's in my head right now, I want to say, but every woman got a little bitch in them. But that's Ice Cube. That's a different story. But anyway, the point I'm making to you is this. After she got through showing me the video, I said, yo, I can understand why he, trying to encourage and motivate, but it's the way you do that. Don't try to bash men in order to get in good with women and then
Yeah.
make yourself out here like you got all the answers when here it is, you just as sleazy as the next motherfucker you
Right.
trying to, crucify.
Right.
So to answer your question, my thing with him and the whole multiple concubine thing is this. Is it wrong that he did it? Hell yeah, because obviously him and his wife didn't have an open relationship. That goes back to what I just said. Don't wait until you get into a whole situation to try to spring something new on to your significant other. You see what I'm saying? Then that's not pimping. That's called, that's when you're cheating, basically. You know.
Yeah.
But if they'd have had that already understood that, yo, this is a part of who he is and what he wants and what he does, and she was down with his program, then I mean, hey, kudos to him. But that wasn't the case. So now I look at this fella and I say to myself, I could easily go in on him. That's the most popular and cool thing to do, but I'm not. I'm just gonna leave it
Right.
like this.
Right.
I'm not upset with him because at the end of the day, we all men on this platform. He just basically was
Right.
doing what an average man sometimes do. We make
Right.
mistakes. We get caught up. He human. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. It's not a big secret. He ain't the first man to cheat, won't be the last. But my
Right.
thing of it is, I'm pissed off with the consumers of it. Why
Yes.
is this bothering you and you hurt so much about it? I mean, bro, if you sat here and thought this man lived word for word, page for page, video for video, all this BS he talking, then you the fool. You the fool. Steve Harvey, prime example.
Prime
He
example.
wrote a book on think like a man, act like a woman, whatever the case, whatever the hell it was. My thing of it is, if you do your homework, since everybody got a phone and they so damn smart, do your research. Steve Harvey
Right.
was married to a woman first that he ended up cheating with his current wife on. You see what I'm saying? In other words, the woman he married to now, he cheated with her with his former wife. So what
Yeah.
the
Right.
hell can he tell you about relationships?
Yeah.
But you listening to this man. Now I'm not saying that these people that make mistakes can't give advice, because the best advice sometimes comes from the most unbelievable sources. It might be from somebody younger than you, older than you. Hell, it might be from somebody that you don't even like, but they may say some real ish to where it just stick. So
Right.
to end this note, far as on my thought process on it, I'm just more like people. Wake up, realize, live your life the best to your capabilities. Be respectful, be honorable, have morals and integrity. I know that's asking a lot for some people, morals, because they feel like, oh man, well, these hoes ain't out here. They out here shaking ass, got fans only, and this and this and this. But that's them. What somebody else do
Right.
don't make you shit. So you shouldn't worry about what somebody else do to contradict what you do. You see what I'm saying? As long as you taking care of you, and as long as you being the best version of you possible, and you got a relationship with the Most High, man, everything should play itself out. And you're gonna run into trials and tribulations, but hey, that's a part of life. Just don't put yourself in a boat of playing the victim because you listen to somebody else or you following somebody else. Be your own goddamn leader. Make your own goddamn path, and blaze it once you get there. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And understand, hey, along the way I may make mistakes or I might offend people or I might not, have the circle that I started out with. But at the end of the day, is these the best decisions that's being made for a betterment of me, or am I out here trying to live like somebody else? And that's all I got to say.
Okay.
LB, you got the flow, my G.
Let me see. Well, let me start with the guy with old boy. What's his name again? I don't want to get his name wrong.
Derrick Jackson.
Simple.
Derrick Jackson.
Yeah.
What I can say about him is, well, this is just me. This is what I think. This is my opinion. I feel like, well, I mean, I'm gonna say this. It might be the wrong saying, but I think they say like Satan know the Bible or something like that. Like even Satan, like old people just say like even Satan know the Bible, like he know what's written in the Bible, or whatever. But that don't mean he follow it or he go by it.
Correct.
So I feel like, I mean, I ain't calling the man Satan or nothing like that. I'm just making a reference, but like, I mean, yeah, like you said, sometimes advice come from the people who, I guess, advice can come from anyone. You know what I'm saying? Now, who believe in it, that's on them. I mean, who taking a personal attachment to the person giving the advice, that's their problem. I can't really say nothing on that because you didn't know that man to start with. You ain't never really had a conversation with him. You don't know that man in person. You ain't even touch bases on him. You listening to what he's saying on song. But that don't mean that you got no rapport with him, so you don't know if he's being real or not. Like I can say I got a rapport with y'all guys because, we done talked, we done had real discussions, you know what I'm saying? But as far as him, I think he doing what he hustling. He doing what he got to do to make money. He is married, so of course, you know what I'm saying? It's a lot of people that's married and it's a lot of people that have marriage problems. All this may have happened years ago, you know what I'm saying? And it just may be coming out now, you know what I'm saying? But he gonna play it up because his name still, even the way a lot of people look at stuff, once they get in that type of field, any kind of publicity is good publicity. So,
correct.
So I think he used it as an opportunity to make money. I mean, I think he cheated for real. Don't get me wrong, but I think he probably just used it to make money off of it, to profit off of it. But I mean, it don't take away the stuff that he say. Like, the advice that he give, I don't think is necessarily wrong. But I'm like y'all guys, in a sense of practice what you preach. You know what I'm saying? But
that's true.
But I mean, look, I don't fault the man because I don't know the understanding that him and his wife got. I'm probably willing to guarantee you that problem had already been resolved and she probably knew what was going on, or she probably may have been a part of it. I'm not sure, but I'm behind the scenes. I'm sure they was already figured out. So
yeah,
look, man, hustlers gonna hustle, no matter if we
for
like
sure.
it or not. No matter if it's scamming, conniving, a hustle gonna hustle. So that's it. And for me, as far as like the multiple concubine type of situation, but I'm gonna just say, I don't know if this might be a simpler part of it, but casual sex is not a bad thing. Cause I mean,
Amen.
is that if that's what we're referring to when you say multiple concubines, like if that's what you're referring to, then casual sex is not a bad thing, dog, because you don't need to be in a relationship with everybody. You don't even need to deal with everybody. Like, I mean, you don't need to have sex with everybody either, don't get me wrong. But, man, if you just in a place where you trying to get yourself together or you just don't even want to be bothered with nobody, ain't nothing wrong with having somebody around as long as they know what's going on and they cool with it. You know what I'm saying? As long as you letting them know hey, listen, this is what it is, I don't see a problem with it. You know, but on vice versa, if she doing that, just let me know so I can figure out what I need to do, just like I let you know so you can figure out what you need to do. You know, but I don't think it's really a problem. But I don't condone cheating. If I'm with you, like we in a relationship and we committed, then we here. You know, we locked in. But if we ain't locked in, and like I said, you don't need to be locked in with everybody. So some people get you locked out, baby. What? Hey, what they say, everything that good ain't gold, man. You gotta just let that thing go sometimes. So, and everything don't always work out. So I don't think it's a bad thing, you know. Because I mean, people have points in their life where, like I said, you just might be trying to get yourself together, and relationships are stressed. No matter who want to say it is or not, it's stressful. It's hard. I mean, I don't want to say hard, but it's you gotta be concerned with somebody else. You know what I'm saying? Yep. So, I mean, I'm not against it. I'm not against it.
Gotcha.
But me personally, I'm with it. I'm always with it. But if I'm in a relationship, I'm chilling. You know what I'm saying? We ain't doing that.
Goddamn.
I was just saying, man.
I mean, I got one more thing.
Can I canceled on here?
Nah, you good, bro?
Can I add something to that?
Go for it.
What's up?
No, I just want to add, Miss Jackson. If you need a shoulder to cry on, if you need a real nigga to talk to, or you know what I'm saying, if I went in a relationship, you need a nigga to hit you with that Wang Dang Doodle. My name is Juice 448, and you know what I'm saying. I'm just saying, I'm just playing. But yeah. Moving on. Yeah.
Before I go in, I'm with you, Juice. I'm not so forget old boy because LV touched on it so well. Because I was gonna actually bring it up in my stance. A hustler gonna hustle. You know that's what he gonna do. And when I say far as hustle, I'm talking about his consumer base. And my stance is more against them. Mm-hmm. When I seen the notification pop on my phone, I've came across dude, but I never just really watched none of his videos like that. I've seen him before, but I was like, okay, woo. I was like, all right. I mean, this ain't the first time we heard of someone of having some stature, especially a male, do things of this nature. So why is this big? Right. Now, once I got into seeing the content that he pushed, or what he supposedly believed, I was like, oh, okay, I understand now.
Hypocrite.
There you go. But it was so more the reaction from a lot of the female views, which make a big chunk of his consumer base. Why are people so surprised that he was being human? I tell people, and you can apply it to our platform or just anybody giving you advice. And I said this one time on an episode before, when the people are giving you advice, 3 things you need to do: listen, talk, and act. You got to know when to apply these 3 steps: when to listen, when to, hey, I hear what you're saying, but here's my 2 cents.
Right.
And when to act upon these. When to act upon what you believe in, or when to act upon what they're trying to tell you. Because especially in his case, a person will give you advice, but sometimes like they give it to you in a hypothetical format. Like they won't never say, well, I did this, I did that, or, you know, you should, or you shouldn't. I would have had more respect if he would have came out as a man and be like, okay, these are some of my past aggressions, these are some of my flaws, fellas. This is how you can learn from them. Opposed to, fellas, don't do this, don't do that. Well, bro, you doing the same thing. So told
exactly. So how you critique? Man, I go back to what I just said, Miss Jackson. If you need a shoulder to cry on, a real nigga, holla at Juice Shakur 48. You know what I'm saying? I know, you know, I ain't got all the chest that black ass nigga got. It's all right though. It's all right.
Nigga
Like I
eating the
said,
beanies and weenies, nigga.
exactly. Beanies and weenies. I'm over here eating 3 pieces. She look like she can eat one too. Miss
But
Jackson.
but
Hey,
men and female consumers that follow these so-called relationship gurus, because nobody ever has the key to a perfect relationship, because no relationship is perfect.
correct.
Right.
They tend to go to people that enable them.
That is true.
Prime example, got nothing against this brother, Kevin Samuels. I don't know if you heard of him, you familiar with him. He's making waves because he's
I
part of the
wanna
so-called
say
red pill
something so
society.
bad, but I ain't gonna say it. We don't
No,
get to
no,
it.
it's
Hold up.
fine. It's
What he
fine.
do?
He a relationship I guess guru. He give out advice on how to be a high value man and all this and all that. Look, I have
I
nothing
bet.
against man uplifting, other men. But my thing of it is like you ever just I'm gonna put it to you in these contexts. You ever just kind of saw a vibe before it actually got exposed? You just kind of knew something wasn't what it was supposed to be, but you didn't want
Yeah.
to just come out and say it until you just knew for sure. So I'm gonna reserve my comments for that
Hey,
stuff.
it'll be a time. It'll be a time. Who knows?
Uh,
But
I don't know.
I'll
I mean,
just
I know some of his content. I
yeah.
don't watch it. I done seen some of it, and I just was like, I done seen enough to know what I need to know. But hey, it is what it is. I ain't here to judge that man. Get your money, black man.
Reason
Yeah.
reason I bring him up opposed to Derrick Jackson because Derrick Jackson leans more towards the female consumer. Kevin Samuel leads toward the quote unquote alpha male red pill society, holding women accountable. Hey, all good and dandy, but neither one of them are always going to say the right thing. They generalize a lot of subjects regarding, okay, all men are like this, all women are like that. That's not the case. But people are going to go to their channels because they enable what they believe.
Right.
I'm giving you a prime example. If you and your old lady get into an argument, disagreement, 9 times out of 10, not all the time, I being from a single mother household, my mama was the first woman I loved.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Doesn't mean if I go to my mama about a situation about a young lady I'm talking to, she always gonna give me the best advice because I'm her child.
Right.
She may enable what I'm saying off her affection for me and her love for me, and vice versa.
Right.
My significant other could go to somebody, rather father or mother, that enable what they believe is right.
That's why they say you shouldn't involve everybody in your business.
Exactly.
That's a fact. That is a fact right there.
Stop seeking advice from somebody that's gonna tell you what you want here, opposed to what you need here.
Exactly. Somebody that automatically going into it gonna have a biased opinion because of y'all current relationship. That's true.
Right.
I agree 100%. 100%.
Let me ask y'all something. Do he have conversations with men, or he just be talking, like just making videos?
Talking about Kevin Samuels?
Do he have an actual?
He does.
Like I'm saying, like how me and you talk, like he or how we all talking. Do he do that? Like, does he do that?
Mm-hmm. Like
Yeah,
he have on his channel. He have like what lives where
like Twitch or
they
something
can
like that.
call in. Yeah, they can call in
But
and have conversation.
But not to cut you off, what made him popular was a video went viral. He was this young lady. I mean, I ain't no goddamn fish sandwich myself. I think I'm pretty snappy. But this young lady, you know what I'm saying, she was like, I'm a strong black woman, that whole thing. I make 6 figures a year, and
Right.
why can't she find a man in that same bracket? He was. I'll let you look it up for yourself later. He's basically, I don't say he was tearing her down. Like I say, I agree with some stuff he says, but I don't always agree with his delivery. He basically, in short, make a long story short, told her, you gonna die alone.
Oh nah.
That's some stuff he.
Yeah.
That's mentally from the video I saw. This man asking how big another nigga dick is. Like, wait a minute, bro. What he do
I
that
remember
at?
that video.
What alpha male shit is this?
He said, how much you weigh? How big is this? How much you make a year? And he want this and that. Like
Man.
I can say, I don't agree with the brother delivery a lot. His delivery definitely needs work. But he's kind of leading this whole internet. It's like a group. They call themselves the Manosphere, like Red Pill Society, alpha male type shit, whatever. I mean, if you alpha male, you shouldn't have to title yourself that. If you are that, motherfuckers gonna know that. That's just my opinion. But,
me too.
But yeah, that's
Let
kind
me
of just
add
an
something.
example.
Add something on there. I feel like the men y'all talking about, I feel like they the type of dudes that take that take advantage of women with low self-esteem.
Of
Or
course.
people with low self-esteem.
Absolutely.
Let me say that.
That's what they better about it.
Those are the dollars.
Yeah. So how you can't call yourself an alpha male if you going after people with low self-esteem. That's just my opinion. Because I mean, this is just me, and I ain't trying to sound like I'm like the hardest nigga in the world or nothing like that. When you a man, like this, how I feel. I respect every man, every woman, every child, every whatever. I respect everybody to the fullest. But if we gonna have a conversation, we gonna have a conversation. You know, like we can talk about anything. We can not agree. We can agree, whatever the situation is. But you gonna know that while you talking to me, that I'm really a man. That's just how I feel about anybody. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like I say, I ain't trying to make it like I'm hard or nothing. I just feel like these guys probably don't really have real conversations with people.
Real
That's why
men.
I asked you, that's why I asked, did he have actual conversations with people? Because I don't think them cats will like me and what I have to say. You know what I'm saying? But I don't know. That was a little off the rails.
It's
No,
just
man, you good.
you carry the demeanor of a man. You know, I
right.
mean, this is my thing. This is my thing. Quick backdrop story. Did I grow up with my father? Yes. Did I have a stepfather at the house? Yes. Am I close to either one of them today? No. But
Yeah.
does that change the man that I am, or did that make me less of a man or more of a man? I became who God intended me to become. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, I'm man enough to admit, do I carry flaws? Is this stuff I got to deprogram myself from because of how I was raised by my mother? Hell yeah. But see, that's the thing. As a man, I'm able to identify my weaknesses,
Mm-hmm.
identify my strengths. See, a lot of men out here, in my personal opinion, they identify their strengths, but they ignore their weaknesses. How can you
Right.
ever evolve as a person when you're too busy trying to ignore and repress what you know that's going to keep eventually happening or coming up in the long run? To me, like you said, when you prey on the vulnerable, that don't make you an alpha. To me, that just make you a bully. You know,
Right.
you
Right. Right.
oh man, yeah, you know, you need to be trying to do this. Oh man, you need to go to the gym. Ain't no woman gonna want your fat ass and this and this and this and this. And I'm just like, whoa, 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 whoa. I'm not saying that women don't look at the physical nature of a man. I'm not saying women don't look at the mental nature of a man. They observe, but not every woman is worth that time and that classification. You know, in other words, how can you classify every woman as a woman? Yeah, you could say, well, they all got the same thing in between their legs, but do they got all the same things in between their brain? See what I'm saying?
Right.
A lot of women out here, you could be the shiesties of shiesties, but as long as you drive that nice whip and you give this image off as if you a dope boy and you get money, they'll flock to that. Whereas to a real woman, she gonna say, you know what? I'm not too much concerned on what you got far as, you know, materialistic things. What do you bring to the table as your key cornerstone core value of yourself? You know, like, yeah, this is cool. You got money and you got this, you got that, but you know, you got people with money and ain't got a lick of game in them. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? All they doing is just living off, thank God for my assets. Because once them assets run out, then what? Then you got to
Right.
get to know somebody. And some women ain't going to be willing to even get to know you on that level. They're going to be like, nigga, I was only in it for, you know, X, Y, and Z. You ain't got X, Y, nor Z no more. So what exactly do you hold? You see what I'm saying? That's in my
Right.
opinion. You know, they always hear about, well, real man. Let me tell you how I know when I know I'm in the presence of somebody that's full of shit. When they say this statement right here. Well, a real man, pause right there.
Yeah.
If you're a real man, you're not gonna go up to another man and then insinuate what a real man's supposed to have or do. Because in my personal opinion, every man ain't built the same, right or wrong.
That's a fact. That is a
So how the
fact.
hell can I start a statement off and say, well, a real man's supposed to do it? So that means every man's supposed to be handy. You know, we supposed to be all mechanics and we supposed to all be able to bench press 230. We supposed to all be able to run and jump the court like LeBron James. We all supposed to be these politicians like Barack Obama. Every man is different. That's the point I'm making. your types of man is always going to differentiate. But it's just at the end of the day, what is the value of that man? What is the morals and the codes of that man? That is what makes you who you are, not what you got. You know, you can have somebody out here. Look at Mike Tyson. Mike Tyson had all the money in the world, but Mike Tyson could never be in a stable relationship. Why? Because mentally he was broken.
Yeah.
See what I'm saying? When you ain't got your mental right, then hell, the rest you just basically like a drone, basically. You know, you might on the outside look like you got it all together, but what's deep within you? That's what's going to define you. That's
Right.
all I got to say on that. You know, let me leave that way to sit. But yeah, man. I mean, you know, this show is great. I ain't gonna lie, boy. This show got to be great, boy. We done been on here almost 2 hours.
Oh yeah. We've been
Good doctor. We appreciate that visit, man. But before we end the show and get off our chest, I want your opinion. Juice your core on one more topic, because it really irked me, because it put me in something, put my mind in a place, something you told me like years ago by certain individuals. But the topic falls on Deshaun Watson and these allegations.
Oh my God.
Sexual assault.
Oh my God. What you want me to go in?
I want you to go in.
All right, here it is. All right, we got this is the case. A young black man. You know, I'm not finna sit here and say what he did and didn't do. I wasn't there. Only people that know, the woman, the man, and God. Right.
Right.
All right, but here we go. How many allegations did that went up to now?
23, I think.
23 allegations.
22,
23, and it's mighty ironic. This round of time, he don't want to be in Houston no more, right?
Yeah.
So I'm just gonna throw this out here. You know, don't be surprised if some underhanded tactics was done in this process. Don't be surprised if, you know, they can go pay some women off to say, hey, you know, say this man did this to you. You know what I'm saying? So that way his key cornerstone value won't be what it is, and we can get rid of it. You see what I'm saying? Sabotage, people don't realize being sabotaged is a thing. You see what I'm saying? Because in my eyes, this is the thing. I'm not saying that this ain't never happened before in NFL history. Like, people who, before this one incident came out, didn't have, where they had a clean slate. A lot of people be like that, and they be the foulest of foul in these professions.
Right.
This is my thing. If you're a young black man, you're making all that money, and you're a public figure like that, are women going to flock to you? Yes. That's without question. I mean, money alone is gonna make. I don't give a damn how Jay-Z said. Ain't no such thing as an ugly millionaire.
That's a fact.
So, are these women telling the truth? I'm gonna put it to you like this: do any of these women got receipts?
All allegations.
All allegations. Do any of these women? And this is the thing: when these women come out with all these allegations, right?
Mm-hmm.
Is it a time frame they waited before they came out with it, or are they doing it like right then and right there after it happened?
They not doing it right then and right there. It's a time frame.
So it's a time frame. So basically, what I'm getting at is this: why is it always this waiting period when a man has violated you? I dare I say, I come to the women and I say this: we're gonna need more stronger women to stand up and stand tall in situations like this, so that young women that, Lord forbid, if that was to happen to them, they will feel more courage to come out and be, you know, more vocal about these situations, if this is the case. But in this case, let's go back to a nice gentleman we all know. You know, we grew up on him, Bill Cosby.
Mm-hmm.
Bill Cosby had countless accusations brought against him, right?
Yeah.
Some of these date back all the way damn near 40 years ago. So 40 years ago, this happened to you, but you coming out with it 40 years later now. What happened between that other time period to where you couldn't open your mouth and you couldn't say something? Now, some women, they said they did come out with it like right after. So I'm not going to put him in the same boat as Bill Cosby, because Bill Cosby guilty as a motherfucker. I ain't going to lie. He ain't do all of them. He ain't do all of them. Oh, but Bill did do some of that shit. I'm just going to keep it real.
He did some of it. He did.
Okay, but with Deshaun, this is my thing. We're in the age of what?
Technology.
So none of y'all got no kind of receipts on none of these incidents. But we can have an elevator incident with Quavo and Swat, whatever the girl name is. Sweetie. So make that make sense. Make that make sense to me. That's all I want to know.
And
let me
go ahead, El.
Go ahead, Jordan.
Okay, I'll go. I'll let you
go.
Go ahead. If this happened and this is true, justice needs to be served, and hopefully it will. And hope the victims get the peace and confirmation they're looking for. But
money. Oh, go ahead.
That's what they're looking for. Hey, and if it's true,
can I say something?
Go for it.
By somebody, not to cut you off, by somebody violating you, right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
How is money gonna compensate that?
And that's a good question. Because you can't get that, you can't get back what that person supposedly did to you. That's not gonna change what happened to you. If that's the case,
you know that. Hold on. I had to keep cutting you off because this shit keep hitting me left and right when I think about it. You know what I think people should do, and we will actually see a cutback on all these allegations on Star. If they say, look, if you accuse this man, you won't get paid in money, but you'll get paid in justice. Let's see how many of these hoes actually come out and then start saying, well, I just want justice. Then we'll know who telling the truth and who ain't. But then again, we really won't, because you still got spiteful hoes that are still trying to get you locked up just on the simple strength they don't want to see you win.
Right.
I'm done. Go ahead.
And like you said, if that's money was what they're looking for, and I'm just gonna keep it real. I don't care how I phrase it. If that's true, you might as well be overpriced.
Yeah.
If that's truly what this is about, getting your pockets fed in this time of the pandemic, because like you said, excuse me, the timing is very questionable. This didn't happen just last month, 2 months, 23 alleged accusations ain't just happened out the blue. So this been a while. But my thing is this: why is he being slandered for allegations instead of facts? I can go prime example. I give you I hate to say it like this, a lot of people in the sports world, especially NFL, love holding this man on a pedestal, especially in my home state of Mississippi. Brett Favre was found guilty on not an allegation, actual fact of sending penis pics to a young female trainer. Nobody dragged him through the mud for it. Yeah. They even made a joke about it on the ESPYs.
Brett Favre, not Brett Favre, Big Ben been raping bitches since he got in the league, and nobody brings that up. But Antonio Brown get accused of something, he get kicked off New England. Ain't that a bitch?
Be.
And this may went over some of y'all heads. This one happened like last year, probably right when the pandemic touched down, like March, April. Has nothing to do with sexual allegations, but just giving you a prime example of some more things. I hate to be a bully toward this guy. Brett Favre was found guilty on money embezzlement. Instead of him serving time, he was able to give the money back.
Well, we know what that is.
Come on, we know what that is.
We know what that is.
Chad Wheeler, he was dating an African-American young lady, beat her half death. He was cut from the team, and rightfully so. ESPN, I think they didn't even want to cover it.
Exactly.
Nope.
But every time I turn on First Take a Sports Center, Deshaun Watson. You got motherfuckers like Molly Quorum, no offense, Jalen Rose, want to be feminist of the year. Come on, man, bro. You can call me what you want. I don't give a. Usually, this is juice energy. I don't give a fuck. If you give me factual evidence of this young man doing this, I don't hear nothing about these damn allegations because you wasn't that worried about it when this shit happened. I ain't saying he didn't do it, but what transpired between the time of him doing it to now, I can't hold it in no more. Then
and just ironically, all y'all come out.
Then the prosecutor is friend with the goddamn owner. He said he used to be neighbors with him. Bro. If it looked like a duck and quack like a duck, it's not a goddamn mongoose. And if you piss on my back and then I turn around, don't tell me it's rain.
See, when they say sexual assault, what do they actually mean? Because I don't really know the definition. I guess I should look that up. I don't know the actual definition of sexual assault. Because that could be you just ask somebody. Is that like you ask for an act, or did you touch somebody, or did you actually rape somebody, or
Well, not to cut you off, some of the allegations majority of them come from, I guess, like he had like private masseuses come to his house. Some claim that he rubbed his penis against them. One woman said he supposedly ejaculated on him. tried to
Right.
get her to touch him. I don't think as far as forceful entry. I think it was as far as sexual gestures, allegedly.
Right. Right. Okay, so that's a line number one. With that, yeah, that's creepy, that's nasty. But man, listen, let's be real. But I'm just saying. But let's be real though, fam. I mean, listen, he talking about a masseuse and all that. I understand that's different. That's above my pay grade. I had to get my girl. I had to get my whoever I'm messing with to give me a massage, but that's neither here nor there. But like,
I feel your
if
pain, bro. Me too.
but what I'm saying is like, let's say you don't know how relationships start out, like, you know what I'm saying, or situations or whatever. So he might have felt some different energy. I'm not justifying him. I don't want to say that if he did do any of this stuff.
Yeah.
I'm not justifying him, but he might have thought it was something going on. He might, you know what I'm saying? Or she might have been trying to get paid. I don't know which one which. And at first I felt like they were just throwing stuff on him because he was trying to leave. But 22 is a lot.
It's a lot.
That is a lot of people. I mean, like, so somewhere down the line, I mean, I don't know what the extent of it is. I think something got to be true because 22 women ain't just coming out. Like, no matter when the time frame.
I'm gonna be real. I thought the same way with you, but let me tell you why I'm finna say what I'm finna say. When you're a man of power, right? You're a man of money, right?
Mm-hmm.
All that. Let me tell you how easily that number can jump up. You go and you play 16 games in a regular season, right?
Mm-hmm.
So that means you go into 16 different states, right?
Yeah. Well, half of that because you playing half of that at home.
Right. Okay. So you got groupies at home, you got groupies on the road, right?
Mm-hmm.
It ain't nothing for Wilt Chamberlain to say he slept with over 10,000 women, right?
Right.
So 22 women to him ain't nothing but a month's worth of work, right?
Right.
If you do that, I mean, men lie, women lie, but I'm going to show you why these numbers don't. So all these women can, let me tell you what it is. If he did have one foul incident,
right.
think about how many women that he didn't have one with, but say, yo, but I can prove I slept with him.
Right, exactly. See, that's the thing. Consent is.
But that's what I'm saying. This is what I'm saying. With the Brett Favre situation and these phones and the technology. I mean, so let me get this straight. So he just raped y'all all at his house? How y'all even get over there? What y'all go over there for? So where was he doing all this raping at? And if so, where the cameras at to confirm he was at these spots with these different women? See what I'm saying?
This the thing though. And a lot of people ain't gonna like this, but going back to the Kobe Bryants, rest in peace, Lord, rest his soul.
Oh Lord, no!
I'm just saying.
Gonna get us counsel.
But what I'm saying is, everybody know Kobe didn't rape that woman.
That's right.
We all know Kobe didn't rape that woman. So I feel like with situations, it's a similar situation. I feel like something may have had. I feel like somebody may have had sex with him, messed around with him, or did whatever they did, and then he probably kicked her to the curb, and now all of a sudden he raped me, or he touched me inappropriately, or he made me do this, or you know what I'm saying? Because I feel like y'all, and yeah, I know people got emotional attachments and they scared. I do understand all that, and I applaud everybody for being brave if it really happened, but. Fam, like I feel like a lot of these cases. Cause listen, man, I'm broke. Yeah, look, I ain't even gonna go there. But I know these women will do something out here.
Of course. No. This is the thing. This is what I'm trying to get you to see. If you got money, I got an old lady, and I'm gonna tell you this right now. I don't give a fuck when she do hear this episode. I'm gonna say it. If I wasn't with her and I had money. Do you honestly think that I would have to sit here and take some pussy? Come on. No, I was going through women's situations now, and I'm broke as shit. So I know damn well I ain't have to wait nobody back then.
You're right.
It's going to be flocking to me like flies on shit. I'm not, come on. Like 22 to them, see, we broke. We thinking lower class. We thinking, yo, nigga, 22 women. Oh, man, that's too many. To an NFL player, dog, that is a month's worth of work.
I agree.
Nick, you can go to the club and sleep with 5 of them in one night.
I agree.
You see what
I
I'm saying?
agree.
So that's what I'm saying. Like this is. I'm not saying every man think like this. This is just me. I'm speaking for me. If I
Right.
had money and I know hoes flocking to me, now I wouldn't just be flocking because you can catch something. Hoes will fuck you over, baby mamas, all this bullshit. All I'm gonna say is this: I don't have to go take what's free and willingly being given to me.
That's a fact.
You know, just no. If I know
It,
if I walk in the local Walmart and half the cashiers want to screw me, what I look like saying, oh yeah, but I'm gonna take this from her. No. I'm asking, can I get a free auto fill up, man, when I go catch automotive? But you know, shit. I mean, come on.
yeah, it's a lot, man. It's definitely a lot. I mean, we know that half of them out for well, most of them out for money, but I mean, I ain't ruling bro out because people ain't just pinning allegations on you. Just
We just don't know basically, but the timing
yeah,
is
but
so
I need
questionable.
more. Yeah, the timing, that's the big problem. Like all this coming out
And,
at this particular time, like
and
that's what make it so suspicious.
not cut nobody off or get out subject. It kind of I wasn't aware of this. You know, I seen on Instagram feed somewhere. You know, I'm not gonna speak so much in his situation because we don't know these allegations against him and his wife are true. Ti and Tiny. Somebody said,
Oh,
you know, it's mighty questionable these allegations came out. Not saying he didn't do it, but the agenda of why it's coming out now. You got to remember, Ti was one of the 30, 40 owners of if I pronounce it right, Title.
title.
Title, yeah.
Jay-Z just cashed out and sold that company to some billionaire. Everybody
Yeah,
that was a part of that company is gonna get, I believe, what, 17 million in whole.
yeah,
It's a pandemic. A lot of motherfuckers
yeah.
couldn't work. A lot
It's
of
a
people couldn't make
pandemic.
income. It's questionable.
Yeah, I think with the Ti situation, I think they were just having threesomes. I don't think it was. I mean, I think it's the like I just said with Deshaun Watson. I think they was messing around with these women willingly, not forcefully, willingly. These women willingly came into their bedroom. Something happened. They didn't like it, and or they got kicked to the curb, whatever. Just like a bitter ex girlfriend. You know what I'm saying? Or in some women case, a bitter ex boyfriend, and they just trying to throw salt on your name.
Get some
I
get back.
mean, get some get back, man. And even if they don't get no money, it just ruin your reputation because you gonna
Yeah.
hurt their feelings or something. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So, but I don't want to speak on just that side because we don't know. But I don't think Ti was raping nobody. Because number one, you got to be number one. I mean, listen, there's some sick people in this world, and if you got a wife that's just as sick to be raping women with you, that's a different that's a different level. But like with the Deshaun Watson situation, I mean, it's so touchy, man. I gotta know more. Like I gotta know
Yeah.
more.
You gotta get more facts,
I
man.
need to hear him talk. I need to hear him talk because that makes a difference to me.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But yeah, I need more facts, man. But it's 22. That's still a lot of allegations, so I'm not saying that he like, but like I said, man, listen, I ain't trying to put myself in like no I ain't trying to get me tooed on this joint. So don't nobody go try to, oh LB, I remember. No, don't do that. But I mean, like I said, just being real, we done all been in a situation with a chick, and you know what I'm saying. You might feel like something going on, and she might not agree. Like you might try to put your arm around her. You might try to put your hand on her leg. She might say no, but I don't think that means that you sexually assaulted her. Now I can see if you did that and
Forcibly
then
did it.
yeah,
Right.
you know what I'm saying. If she's saying no and you steadily you all that's different. But I just don't see hey look, dude, people creeps. People do be creeps. It's hard for me. I have to know what's going on before I can just sit up here and label that man as something that he can't never get out of. You know what I'm saying?
True.
So that's how I feel about it. I don't want to speak too much more on that because I mean, like I said, man, I don't want to incriminate nobody, especially if I don't know. You know what I'm saying? So, because that make a big impact, and it don't mean nothing to us because we don't know that man. You know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna say it don't mean nothing to us, but I'm saying like we don't know that man personally, but we don't know how he dealing with it. So, I just don't want to put that on him because that's tough. And like I said, it's hard. It ain't no coming back really, because once you get labeled, you labeled. And that hurt your money, that hurt your pockets, that hurt your pride. That man got kids, he'll have to hear about that. And I mean, if it's true, it's true. Don't get me wrong, but I just ain't gonna label them before I know. And like you said, I need some proof, man. You gotta bring me something. You gotta give me some samples. You gotta give me some recordings, like something, like, you know. And I don't want to see it because it's all wrong, but I need to know it's there at least. So, you know, but you know, that's how I feel about that. You know, that's how I feel about that situation.
Okay.
I agree.
Everybody said their piece on it.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Okay.
It's tough though, man. It is real suspicious that, you know, the prosecutor and the owner and
Man, don't
all the women anonymous. Nobody's came and gave a name. Everybody's anonymous.
That's all I got to say. Don't ride that white horse. Do not.
And let me say this too, though. Let me say this too, just on the flip side about this situation. Let's say all this junk true. Let's say majority of it true. Houston, Texas organization been hiding it for however long this supposed to be since the first allegation.
Right.
So why be so willing to open it now?
So if some fallback better come back on everybody.
Yep.
So that's
how. Come on now. You honestly believe they gonna have some fallback? Hell no. They not.
They may not. They should. It kind of put me in the ring. Exactly. You just said with the what was the coach from Penn State? He passed away. Joe Paterno.
Joe Paterno.
He knew what old boy was doing. He didn't say nothing about his. They forced him retired. God forgive me how I say this. They may kill the man because he died.
They killed him.
Yeah. Oh yeah, he was done.
Hey, the first time he already knew it was over with.
Yeah, they dusted his ass.
Yeah, they knew it was over for him. I mean, going to that Penn State situation, man, that's nasty.
Yeah.
That's just ridiculous, man.
No one didn't say nothing about it.
And didn't say nothing? Like, come on, how you even let a little, we ain't even going there, man.
Yeah.
Walked in on situation. Go there. Yeah, you're right.
But yeah.
Von, you got, the show winding down. You got anything?
Man, just what I want to get off my chest, man. But rather than that, I'm good on this topic, and we can move forward at the end of the show. Anybody want to go first? We know what they want to get off their chest.
I want to go last. I'm gonna go last.
Okay. Well, I'll go first. It's two things. I would try not to be long-winded. The first one, look, I tell you about. I'm not against college. If it's for you, it's for you. If it's not, don't let your mom push you. Don't let so and so push you. At the end of the day, you gotta take them classes. You gotta take that course. You gotta put the time into it. But I want to give a shout out to this young lady from Arizona named Alina Welker, who just graduated high school at 12. She plans to attend Arizona. 12. She graduated high school.
Boy, you better can read at 12. What?
That man crazy.
Fuck, man. She is set to attend Arizona State University with plans to become a NASA scientist after graduation. As the news site notes, the 12-year-old will be double majoring in astronomical and planetary science and chemistry. If all goes well, by 16, she plans to be working at NASA. Shout out to her and her family, and just continue on your journey, young lady. And
God damn.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yo,
I was like, what?
Respect.
Much respect.
Definitely.
Much respect.
What's her name again?
Alina Welker. Wicker or Welker.
Hey, she Asian.
No, she's black. She's a beyond African.
She black?
Yeah.
Yo, my elementary one shit, man. My elementary.
Yeah.
Failed me.
Salute to her, man. Salute to her.
12?
Yeah.
That's amazing right there.
They're shooting out some Einsteins, I guess.
Man, I'm trying to tell you.
But the second thing I want to get off my chest is the main reason this was so, I don't say funny, but I'm hoping I will see this in this series, a docu-series. HBO is doing a docu-series based off the Showtime Lakers. Pat Riley, Magic Johnson, Kareem, and James Worthall. It's going to be a series about them. Now, anybody that's familiar with HBO knows it can be a quite salacious platform.
Yeah. Y'all are crazy, man.
Yes. Right, very much why I'm a fan of the platform. But it made me think back to a YouTube clip called The Dark Side of Showtime. And
oh man, I already know where this going.
They used to say like Magic would just have these things called pickups. Like he would have, intercourse before practice, before games, after games, at the press conference, and
At the press conference.
at the press conference, he'll get done talking and probably have sex in the car, in the limo, in the house, or just, hey, wherever you get that fixed, baby.
Getting it in.
Getting it in. But
I should have went pro.
in the clip, they say he also used to hold parties at his mansion. You know, him Cookie, Cookie was across the country. He was holding parties and shit. You know, they say Magic rumor would, come up to people and say, hey, you ain't getting busy. You got to get on down, baby. Could you imagine the peer pressure of Magic Johnson, arguably the most famous person at the time besides Larry Bird, Michael Jordan, whoever, telling you need to be doing the most sucking and fucking.
Man.
Damn.
And I'm hoping and praying it's a clip somewhere in that show, not to be too detailed and disgusting. Like, let's say a chick doing that whole 3,000 quad, talking about double fisted.
What?
So in the corner, spit bubbles and all, and and Magic just comes up like he was off the Dream Team documentary. Remember he told Karl Malone, you better get him. You better get him.
Y'all is crazy. Man.
He come down the stairs, hit the corner. You better get him. You better get him.
Y'all crazy.
You better get him.
Ladies and gentlemen, I have no parts in what Vonda Villain just said.
That man crazy, man.
None. What's that?
Crazy.
I know what I'm looking for. I'm expecting a lot of coke and tits.
Oh my God.
But I'll pass to
y'all. LBD, you got anything?
Man, get off my chest, man. I ain't really got nothing to say. Man, I just want to say I appreciate y'all having me on, man. It's just been a good little run, man. I like it. Hopefully y'all bring me back to do it again one of these days.
Oh, for sure, man. Boy, you finna be the Lord Jamon Godfrey on this goddamn show. You finna be a regular like Boosie. Hypnotized with hatred. Oh.
And I appreciate y'all, man. Just, I love y'all, man. I appreciate the energy. I appreciate the opportunity.
Man, it's love, man, your wisdom, your genius. Just, you bring that comedic aspect of it from the standpoint of, I'm not going to always say the most popular thing, but hey, I'm going to say it anyway.
Yeah.
I need that. I need that energy there because it's like, me and him, we already know where we stand on every topic. Like, I'm never going to convince him Michael Jordan is the greatest. He never going to convince me that LeBron is top 5. But,
There you go. This is what I deal with, man.
Goodness, he went way down, didn't he?
I'm just saying, we know we need that fresh energy there, the icebreaker. So yeah, man, we appreciate you even coming on the show. And before I even do my get it off your chest, I just want to tell our viewers, look, we back. We got our boy LB on the show. I mean, damn, can we at least get one comment? I mean, can we get a GTD? I mean, something. I still ain't seen no news being sent to our Instagram. I'm disappointed, ladies. So, I'm gonna end it on a serious note. I don't know what it is, man, about Sundays, man, but Sundays just seem to not be that day. This morning I woke up and I saw that DMX is in the hospital.
Yeah.
He overdosed and they saying that he, might be brain dead. And I'm like, bro, this is the third person. I remember finding out Kobe died on a Sunday, Nipsey Hussle got killed on a Sunday, and now DMX, and I'm just like, bro, it goes into something I always say. We gotta honor our legends while they're here, man. Because I'm not trying to write the man off as if he's gone. I pray, my heart and prayers go out to his family and him in general. But it's like, man, they knew the man was struggling with addiction, and I see all these rappers want to tweet and send condolences and stuff like that. I'm not saying that we know when people's time is to go and how they're going to go, but it's like, man, while people here, man, help them,
Right.
Show them that love, show them that support. Don't be on that fake Hollywood-ish all the time, feeling like, oh, I don't want to get outdone or that's his problem, that's her problem. Man, we got at the end of the day, the only thing we got promised to us is our date with the Most High. You know what I'm saying?
That's a
So in the
fact.
meantime, between time, we need to enjoy this thing while we're here, live righteous, and for the most part, man, treat each other with respect and kindness. Cause I mean, I'm looking at it and I'm like, man, DMX might have had a lot of demons on him over the
Yeah.
years, but the man has not only impact the music industry, but sometimes if you just go and just listen to his interviews or listen to some of the things he expressed himself about, bro was a deep person. Like, man, the man's so deep and so like aware of what's who is around him, what's going on around. And a
Thank
lot
you.
of people just wrote him off like, oh, he a drug addict, oh, he crazy. And I'm like, man, at once upon a time, it's funny how when you're on top of the world, everybody want to be you. But then when they
Uh,
see you not in the same light, oh, then they got the right to critique and criticize you. I don't like the part of that game, man. I don't like that part of the game. If you love somebody, love them genuinely and love them honestly.
right.
Don't love them just because what they can do for you or the position they hold at the moment. Because what goes up eventually comes down. Just be ready
That's
for
a
the
fact.
downslide or you know, things like this happen. So yeah, I just want to end it on that note, man. Like our prayers go out to DMX, his
For sure.
family, and
Definitely, definitely.
ladies and gentlemen, I love, the fact that we back, we doing the show. I just want to once again say, LB, happy birthday, my G.
I
Many
appreciate that,
more,
man.
many more on the horizon.
Appreciate it.
You more than welcome.
Appreciate it.
Anytime you want to come back to the show, let us know. And you already know it's game time. We're gonna make that happen.
Yeah.
And
Oh yeah.
Shout out to
I'm
Instagram too, man, so people know what platform they can follow you on, whatever you into.
right. Yeah, yeah. Get your plugs out, man. Where can they find LB, man?
Man, y'all want to find me on Instagram at LB Chillin', capital L, capital B Chillin'. I'm on there. I'm LB Chillin' on Twitter, and you can find me by my real name, Ladarius Brown, on Facebook, man. Whatever we need to do to get the pie popping, I'm with y'all. I support y'all. If that's
Appreciate
bringing my people through, I'm gonna do that. We get together, man. Young black men, y'all trying to do something great. I love it. Y'all bringing entertainment. It ain't that negative, ain't that morbid. I love it, man. I like y'all, boys. Y'all keep going. Y'all gonna blow up. Just stay humble and stay with it. It's gonna be good.
Yeah.
Appreciate it,
Yes,
man.
sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. On that note, Vaughn, we gotta hit them with it. At the end of the day, like I always say, tough times don't last, but tough people do. And on that note, episode 10, we up out.
Yes, sir.